Hello. Hello, all our spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace. This is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And today we're here to read you folks some homegrown horrors. And Adam will tell us what those are.
Homegrown horrors, the stories you wonderful listeners and viewers have sent in to the show and said, hey, please share this on the podcast. Those stories can be something supernatural, something spiritual, something creepy, something coincidental, where something really didn't happen, but you were terrified the entire time, and it turns out it was just hilarious. Those are some of my favorite to get. Something extraterrestrial, or something true crime, or anything that I didn't mention that's kind of adjacent to that as well. Robin, if someone had a story like that they wanted to send us, where could they send it?
You can send it to our email, storytime@scaryish.com. You can go to our website, which is scaryish.com. There's a contact us page, and you can fill out all that fun stuff, and it'll email it to us that way. We also have social media, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and maybe that's all there
I was gonna say, that's
is.
pretty much it. I think there's a Snapchat group out there for us, but I don't know. So yeah, we would love to hear from you if you would like to share with us. We're gonna have.
You just rewound and said it over again.
I did. We're going to have 4 stories this wonderful show, and I'm not sure if you want to go first or if you want me to go first.
I have a short one. Maybe you go first, because I
also have a short one to start, or I can do my long one to start. It's up to you.
Do the short one to start.
Okay,
I'll do my long one, and then we'll do it that way.
I will be starting with my short one, and this one's subject is feel free to share this, which is always a nice subject to have. That way we don't have to dig through the email, and it can be a complete surprise. Starts out like this. Adam may want to read this. I don't think Robin would make it through.
Aww.
Uh-oh. It's a strap-on, folks. It goes on to say, we had to put down my sweet Pandora a couple of days ago, and it's killing me.
It's so sad.
13 wonderful years I've had this beautiful soul in my life, helping me through life, and she helped me raise my kids. The reason I'm writing about it here is very specific. I don't think anyone else will believe what happened afterward. Last night, as I'm trying to fall asleep, my entire core started buzzing. It felt like a warm, slight vibration that encompassed me. I'm laying there with my eyes closed, and suddenly, as the buzzing started, I could see images, though not like a picture. It's hard to explain, more like purple neon outlines of her. I could see her smiling. It looked like she licked me. Aww. She was so happy to be able to run and play. I could see her run off, and I felt so filled with love. Call me crazy if you want, but I fully believe she came to tell me goodbye and let me know she was okay now. She was my best friend, my partner in life, and my familiar. I feel so lost and broken without her, but I am now certain that she's in a better place and is happy. And that's
really sad.
That's the end of it. So
that's really nice, though, that you kind of get that last little tidbit memory of your best friend. I don't know. It's always sad when animals go, but at the same time, you're like, they're not in pain anymore. They get to run and chase whatever they want. It's cute.
Right. Like I've mentioned before on the show, it's definitely a sad thing. I had 2 Maltese dogs when I was growing up that were the dogs that I sort of like was raised with. And so when I got older, eventually they got sick and they had to be put down, and it's super sad. And I'll never forget what our vet said. And we had the dogs for like 15 years each. And we went to the same vet the entire time, and he told us when we took them in there, it was his days off both times, and he came in to personally do it because, you know, he just was a really good guy. And he told us, like, no animal could have ever wished for a better life because we filled their life with love from the moment they stepped into our lives until the moment they left. And that's like 15 years, you know, it's like 100% of their life, rounding up, because I think they had 3 months where they had to stay with their mom before we adopted them. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, because not a lot of human beings could ever say that they lived with 100% happiness their entire life. So I try and think about that with our corgi, because our corgi is like going to turn 9 this upcoming year in 2021. I'm like, how did she get so old so fast? And
she's got like white hairs growing all over, and I'm just like, Stop growing old.
I'm just keeping it in perspective of like, this just means we have to spoil her more the older she gets. So thank you for sending that in. I know it's not an easy thing, so thank you for sharing it. All right. So that's the first story of the evening. Let's look over into the chat and see what you wonderful folks had to say. I saw that someone mentioned that this is their first time here for a live show, so thank you so much for joining us. So basically how these go when they're live is we read a story, we take a break, and we talk to you folks and see what you had to say about the story, or just say in general. And we also drink. We don't always really drink hard or anything like that, but I'm drinking a Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss. I'm going back to the Berry Weiss because last week I had the Snowdrift Porter, I think it's called, which is more of a seasonal beer, and I was just craving this one. So Before I get any further, some shout-outs. 52DZ, shout-out to you for resubscribing for the 28th month.
Holy crap.
And they said, oh, hi.
Thank you so much. 28 months. That's almost 3 years.
Yeah, we're getting towards 3 years. Emanon resubscribed using Prime Gaming for the 12th month. Happy 1-year anniversary.
This poor bottle.
They said, woo! I'm watching it over here.
I know.
And I'm What's in Here resubscribed for the 12th month. Says, where are my stories for where you came up with the topic, Adam? Wait, what? Where are my stories for where you came up with the topic?
Oh, you know, at the beginning of the story, not the Storytime episodes, the topic episodes where you're like, I was doing this, and then this idea came to me.
Oh, my short story bullshit things.
I
mean, I take a break every now and then. I just try and be authentic instead of always putting something in there. They'll come back, though.
Because we're destroyed this bottle.
I know you did. Because we're coming up on January, and we all know what that means. I'm going to be editing a nice little soundbite to annoy Robin with, so January Patreon push will be loud and obnoxious. Yeah, there's got to be an air horn in there somewhere. So, all right, I'm going to scroll to the top. Looks like Laura Ann was the first person in either chat, and they were in Twitch chat 9 minutes before we went live, so thank you so much, Laura Ann.
Okay.
They said, hi.
Let me see if I can do this. This is everyone watching me brutally destroy this bottle of wine.
She usually has me do it, FYI. Fancy Iguana is here, along with ASB Bunny. Vivian's over there in YouTube. Tiny Dancer Nation. I am Beef Trainer, the Cursed Wolf. Christina Vasquez is also here. Christina Vasquez says, hi, everyone. Happy last live stream of 2020. Happy last live stream. Lots of folks getting their battle on before we started the show. Lots of different teams seeing Team Bayonetta, or I'm sorry, hashtag Bayonetta, Team Fan, Team No Fan. How can people be Team No Fan? ASB Bunny went with Team. I am Beef Trainer went with hashtag Team Blanket. Interesting. Ruth over there on YouTube was the person that said, first time catching a live stream in like 3 years of listening on Spotify. Shout out Spotify. Thank you for listening, and thank you for joining us tonight. We hope it's not disappointing. Fancy Iguana says, haven't been on in a while. Anyone can tell me what the little train next to the names are? I think people get those little badges when they start subscribing or resubscribing, because it starts like a hype train. It's something that's Twitch related, and then if we can get like X amount of subscriptions or resubs during that 5-minute period, there's like certain tiers of like hype train, and it's just silly badge stuff to kind of make it fun. Princess Buttface Kate has joined us along with Ashley Faison, which is always nice to see people coming in. Christina Vasquez, welcome.
Drinking wine out of a mug, weird.
No.
That's what's happening.
Drinking wine out of a bottle isn't weird either. We should normalize that.
I picked this one because it has the dragon on it.
Indeed it did.
Oh, no. The dragon's wet.
Yeah, after the show, every week I have to completely clean my desk because Robin is just a disgusting mess and always somehow manages to get some nastiness on the desk that turns sticky by the time we go off the air, so...
This is Girl and the Dragon Pinot Grigio, for anybody who's wondering. Earlier today, I was like, you know what? I want a nice glass of wine. A nice chilled glass of wine is what I'm going to have. And it just took way too long to open that fucking thing. All right.
Vivian says, do you think they're going to do the ball drop in NYC this year? Almost certainly. They probably won't have the big celebration out in Times Square, but the ball will drop for sure.
Thank you, everyone, for your compliments on how I look today. I actually made an effort.
She looks fantastic.
This is the shirt I wore to work. I just haven't changed. I literally came home and sat around and did nothing, and then listened to some K-pop, and then watched some anime while I put on makeup.
I took a bath and soaked my muscles, and then I showered for a really long time and scrubbed everything, and then I did my hair, and I'm in a brand new, fresh clothes, and I look like shit sitting next to her, and she didn't even try. Kayla Ray Reed says, I got a Twisted Tea ad in the beginning and I'm cackling. There are so many more Twisted Tea ads right now. I think they're trying to capitalize on that influx of popularity. Shout out to XM Awesome X, who just resubscribed for the 8th month, 3rd in a row, and said, woo! Christina says, it might be like the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade where they filmed it early. That could happen too.
Emanon says, where do I get the pillow that's sitting next to Adam? So, we have these pillows. It's next to you down there.
I thought you were going to say where.
And if you type in !merch, it takes you to our shop page. These are on our Teespring. I think there's different designs too that you can put on your pillows and different colors. I just like this color. I got it in blue, but you can get different colors if you want to. And yeah, I really like it. It's cute. And it has 2 sides, so you can, do your regular scarier side, or when you want to be cute and scary, you can do that too. All right, let's see.
I am Beef Trainer says, yeah, but if I end up getting this position... Oh, there's some stuff I must have missed.
I'm What's for Dinner says, I once drank wine out of a sippy cup. I've drank. I've had wine out of Starbucks tumblers and stuff like that. Just poured the whole bottle in there. Just drank it from a straw. Sometimes it's just that kind of day.
I was gonna say, apparently. Tiny Dancer Nation asked, what's everyone drinking? To which I Am Beef Trainer said, we're drinking water over here. Got a 4 a.m. Ohio time wake-up call.
Wow.
So that's why. And then in reply, Kayla Ray Reed says, I got a Twisted Tea ad in the beginning. Nope, I already read that. I Am Beef Trainer said, yeah, but if I end up getting this position full-time, it will be my norm most mornings, but full-time and a 50-cent per hour raise.
Nice.
It's pretty toit.
Raises are awesome.
Raises are awesome.
Eminon says, you look provocative holding that pillow. You look
Thank you.
provocative all the time.
I was definitely,
Good boy.
definitely giving the eyes to the camera.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You were giving the ad. That's okay.
I'm Beef Trainer is talking about Bayonetta. I love Bayonetta. I've played the original game so many times through. Bayonetta 2 I own for the Wii U, I think.
Wii U.
Or owned. We don't have a Wii U anymore, do we?
We don't, but I'm pretty sure you still own it somewhere. So I think they might have released it for a different system. I don't know. It's in the house somewhere, for sure.
But I love Bayonetta. I think she's hot and badass. All right.
Vivian says, my mom got me a Bob Ross Chia Pet for Christmas, and my
That's
life
cute.
is complete.
Eminon says, hey, Adam, could you pick the pillow up again? Shauna didn't get to see it.
Sure.
Shauna. We have a friend named Shauna.
We do have a friend named Shauna.
Shawnee didn't get to see it.
Cute and scary. And on the other side, Scaryish.
I like the backside.
Yeah, you do.
I like your backside. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Laura Ann says, love you guys. Need a guy who tells everyone that I look fantastic. I need a guy who tells everyone that I look fantastic. That's cute. Yeah, you're adorable, babe.
Thanks. Thank you for appreciating that.
And What's for Dinner says, what did the sign outside of the closed brothel say?
What?
We're closed. Beat it.
That's a good sign. That's a good joke.
I like that one.
Jay Valor over there on YouTube says, hi-yo. What up, Jay Valor? Chunkster says, hello. Oop, I stole that from your chat. Oops.
I'm Beef Trainer says, Bayonetta 2 is released for the Switch. Is it? It's only Nintendo, right? Bayonetta 2 is Nintendo
Probably,
only.
yeah.
I'll have to get it
I'm taking
again.
I'm taking this one from your chat. Chunkster says, Robin is looking so pretty. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Don't cut it.
I need a haircut.
Please don't
It's
cut
so
it.
long.
Please don't
At
cut
least
it.
like up to here, maybe. Oh man, what if I did up to here and then curled it in, and did like one of those librarian looking,
Sure.
or like Velma? That'd be cute.
Sure. You could just shave it all off. You can go bald.
No, I don't want to do that again. I'm What's Your Name says Bayonetta 1 is also on Switch now. Nice.
Christina says, I have 2 weenie dogs. One is going to be 10 years old next 10 next year.
Dachshunds
and the
are
other one
so
is
cute.
15 years old.
Wow.
Old wiener dogs, dachshunds are adorable. My aunt used to have them, and they were just the cutest
My
dogs.
coworker has like 3 dachshunds, and one of them, he always says likes to jump on the couch and then just bite him in the face.
Wow. That sounds adorable.
I think it's cute. Like Nymeria likes to lick you and then nip at you sometimes, but she does it lovingly. It's cute.
She does.
All
Vivian
right.
says, weenie dogs are adorable. Cat over there on YouTube says, I think it might have been a mistype, but that's okay. Vivian says, question of the week. This is the last of the year, so it better be an absolute banger. What is the best gift you have ever received? That is a pretty good question.
For my birthday, you had everybody record themselves saying like "Happy Birthday," and
She said she hated it.
it's a good gift.
I'm glad to hear that.
I felt like I had cancer, but
Because everyone was just telling her how much they loved her, like everyone in her life.
I was like, "Am I dying? What is this?"
For me, it was our Shiba Inu puppy for my birthday, because I had already convinced myself we didn't need a dog, we can't spend the money.
That was the most expensive gift too.
Yeah, and then Robin showed up at my office and was like, hey, come downstairs. I was like, why? You want to go to lunch? I've already been to lunch. She's like, no, I got your gift with me. And then I think I heard her bark. I was like, did you get a fucking dog? She's like, yeah, come downstairs, meet her. And I went downstairs, and there's this tiny little Shiba Inu puppy. I was like, this is the cutest fucking dog I have ever seen, and she loved me immediately. So, yeah, it's definitely that one. And every time she does something super adorable, I'm like, you're the best fucking birthday gift I've ever gotten. So that's what it is for me.
Laura Ann says, my dog goes 17 and she's starting to show her age. It's really sad.
Aww.
I wish I could help her. That's so sad. And it's so hard when you start seeing your dogs get older, or any pet get older. Our cat is still the same as when she was a kitten, I feel like. But our eldest dog is like, it's harder for her to jump on the bed. She's not as fast as she used to be. Sometimes she is, but most of the time she can't keep up with the younger dog.
She probably could, but I think she just doesn't want to get exhausted too easily.
Well, her hips start hurting.
So she's like, her hips have been doing a lot better since we were beginning those treats. You don't notice because you don't go downstairs to get them up and make them come to bed. But she hops right up and runs up the stairs now, so she's not doing that limping thing as much. So we need to keep doing that.
All right. Oh, I almost says, best gift ever received is love. That's so sweet. Ginseng Joe says, my baby's old too. She's showing lots of gray hairs.
Love them until they go.
I love animals. Okay.
That's all you can do.
I'm going to get into my...
Wait!
Oh, okay.
Vivian has a second question of the week. Because I'm fickle. It says, because I'm a fickle bitch. What was your high and low of the year? So that's something you guys can write about while we read the next one.
Oh, cool. Okay. The title for... Oh,
Transition that. Yeah, give it a good transition. Yeah.
I'm going to get into my next email, or my first email, I guess. The next email of the episode. And it's titled, You Were a Good Dream.
That's cute. A nice thing to say to someone, I think.
Considering the first story we just read, which is super sad.
Yeah, so sad.
This, I hope I'm feeling like this one's going to be sad too.
You never know. My mom said these were really good this week, so we'll see.
All right, so it goes. Hey there, Adam, Robin, and Spooky Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
My mom downstairs says,
hello. That is not her voice.
Yeah, she has like one eye that doesn't work and a huge hump.
Most people have heard what her voice sounds.
She's
been on an episode.
We keep her in a fucking dungeon and feed her a bucket of fish heads once a week. She's a hideous creature. I hope she's not watching right now. She's going to listen to this episode.
She slaps you later.
In like 2 weeks and be like, what the fuck, Adam?
All right, so been a while since I wrote back, which is a good thing, I suppose, since that would mean that there hasn't been any or a lot of scary stuff in my life lately. No more sleep paralysis or otherworldly creatures of the night out for my life lately. No more blah, blah, blah. Read that. So that's something. I've heard a lot of scary and downright terrifying sleep paralysis stories, including a few of my own. So I thought I'd share this one with you to somehow brighten things up, I guess. Sorry, not sorry for this long email. Nice. So this first one's titled The Preparation. It goes, I've dabbled into the world of the occult and came across the incantation that helps you with astral travel / lucid dreaming. I knew it was legit because it seems to be taken from Latin / ancient Greek with a few vowels and consonants that were quote unquote off.
Because, you know, people that spoke Latin and ancient Greek were always 100% legit.
Making them impossible to translate in Google. Ancient occult practitioners purposefully distort the spelling or use symbols to replace letters so they could avoid detection, should there be prying eyes and hands who want to take advantage of their hidden knowledge. Pretty much like how we used code names to hide the names of our crushes back in the day. I never did that.
I never did that either.
Did you have crushes, though?
Yeah, of course I did.
I definitely had crushes in middle school.
It's like that episode of Letterkenny where it's like, do you like anyone?
Oh, I love that. This new season is cute. It's not as... I feel like not a lot of laughs.
Not as knee-slapping hilarious, but I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, man. Code names for crushes, I don't
never
think
used to
I did
do that.
I didn't have a lot of crushes in high school. Definitely did in middle school, man. But high school, not so much. All right, so anyway, you guys don't care about my crushes.
I do, as long as they're me.
Aww.
And I was like, who the fuck are these people?
I don't have to crush on you. I'm just...
Well, I always crush on you. So.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You're welcome.
Everyone's like... Yeah. Okay, so...
It's like a cat throwing up a hairball.
So anyway, the ritual demanded that I memorize this orison by heart, and that I shouldn't stumble on the pronunciation. There's a website called...
Klaatu Barata. Okay, then. I'm just going to take the book now. That's from Army of Darkness, in case you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It's so fucking good.
I almost watched it the other day, and Adam was like, no, you got to save it for the podcast. Like,
save it for the podcast. The fuck you doing?
All right, so StumbleUpon's a website. That's why I almost said StumbleUpon. Anyway, so you shouldn't stumble upon the pronunciation. So fuck me. You shouldn't stumble on the pronunciation, as it would reflect weakness of intent. I would have to hum like a lullaby.
Yep, you're all over the place now.
I haven't even drunk yet.
You are off the fucking rails.
I'm off the chain.
Nope. That's a good thing.
I would have to hum it like a lullaby until I fall asleep. And it also advised me to do it under a waxing or full moon when its lunar light could guide me as I travel in realms beyond.
I think I know this chant. It's a If you didn't recognize that, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But.
We are farmers.
Boom, 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 boom.
I don't know if we'll get struck for that.
I don't think we will.
I don't know.
I think J.K. Simmons is like, yo, thanks for the shout out, dog. Since he runs Farmers Insurance, it's 100% him.
I fucking hate you. And so I practiced saying it in my sleep for a couple of days before the night when I intended to do it, making mental notes of the part where I stumbled. Then came that said night. I took a long bath, I drank jasmine tea afterwards, and went to bed. I hummed the occult words, making sure I got every word correctly. I felt my eyelids become heavier and heavier until the sound of my voice chanting were the only things that I heard before slipping into unconsciousness. I felt my body become unbelievably light and sensed a cloaked figure come up to me. Normally, I would panic and wake up drenched in cold sweat, but there was something comforting about this entity. I didn't feel threatened. I could feel its hand on the sole of my feet, and I felt myself departing as it guided me out of my corporeal self. Interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. I wonder what happens next.
I'm pretty sure you descend into like the 9 levels of hell. Or
is that,
I'm just thinking,
is that what happens?
That's what happens in Dante's Inferno.
I was going to say, that sounds like Dante's Inferno.
All right. So the second part says, the dream. I was in what seemed to be my high school, but I felt like they did something to the place. It felt familiar and foreign at the same time. I was in my old high school uniform, and I saw a lot of other students wearing somewhat of an updated version of said uniform. It was raining hard, and students were hurriedly coming inside the campus. I was starting to get wet in that dream. Oh, it says get your mind out of the gutter. Whap! Okay, no. And I tried to look for the nearest cover. I spotted a shed in some distance, and as I was about to run towards it, I felt a hand on the side of my shoulder. The owner of this hand pulled me closer to his body. I said his because I noted the absence of a side boobie.
That doesn't mean anything. Just saying.
Adam's got nice side boobies.
That has nothing. I'm okay. Whatever. Moving along.
Anyway, I turned to look at this boy, and boy was he tall. He looked down on me and said, "You new here?" I didn't know what to say because I felt like I graduated here, but then I wasn't sure if this was indeed the same school. I just nodded and, quote, "Well, let's get out of this blasted rain then," end quote. Oh, well, I don't know why I quoted that because it says, he said, as he held me on one hand and the umbrella on the other. That sounds romantic.
He sounds huge if he's holding you in the palm of his hand like that. That's just the picture I got randomly. I'm not saying that that's what's actually happening.
We brisk walked our way to safety, and he handed me a towel. What kind of student has a hand towel ready in their bag? I just had a handkerchief back in the day, and that was it. As I was drying my hair, I felt the need to thank this guy. "Hey, thank you. What was your name again?" He muttered something under his breath as he looked shyly at the ground. I asked him to say it again. It was either inaudible or his name was hard to pronounce. He muttered his name again. Normally, I wouldn't ask people to say their name a third time. I would usually just nod and say, "Okay, cool," or something, and hope I never run into them again because it would force me to call them by their name. But something or someone was urging me to ask his name again, and so I did. "Sorry, I've got bad hearing. What's your name again?" He looked at me, and for the first time, I could see his face clearly. Tall, fair skin, dark hair with sad brown eyes that disappeared when he smiled, and he pronounced his name slowly, making sure I wouldn't forget it. He said he was half Japanese and felt like a foreigner wherever he went. He said goodbye as he was about to be late for class, and as he disappeared to his classroom, I woke up. It's a pretty detailed dream, I think.
Yeah. I was hoping he was going to look up and be like, "Mephistopheles, Lord of the Underworld." It's like, what the fuck?
Isn't that a cat from Cats?
Probably. I don't know. I was actually going through my head like, what's the name of some of the bad guys in Diablo? So... I'm pretty sure that's like Lord of Terror. I haven't played him in a long time. Don't judge me.
Then the next part says, the morning after. I always keep a dream journal at my bedside, and today more than ever, I felt the need to write that shit down right away. I immediately logged the dream and his name on it, despite my head pounding against my skull. His name was unusual for the most part, but I guess it did sound a bit Japanese. Whenever I read or say his name, it ignites memories of that dream. I resisted the urge to look his name up, especially since I just have his first name. They say if you have eye contact with someone in your dream, you're meant to meet them in real life. And if that's the case, then by fate's decree, we'll see each other. Aww. If not in this lifetime, maybe in the next. Love and light to both of you and to the Scaryish community. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
I have so many questions. First and foremost, what was his name? Because I want to look it up now. And the other one is, why did you not include the chance that we could all try this at home?
I wouldn't want to try it.
I probably wouldn't try it either. And I'm kind of glad you didn't put that in there. We might have taken it out. Maybe my mom took it out. So, yeah. I'm just curious what it actually was, because it's very, very interesting that you discover this knowledge that you now hold. And just message it to us directly and be like, you don't have to share this because I want to know now. So, yeah, good stuff. Thank you for sending that experience in. It's very interesting, and it brings up a lot of questions in my head. So, if you have follow-up on that, we definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so that is the halfway point of the episode, which you know what that means. It's ad time. I know, right? Oh, my God. But I just want to go ahead and remind you folks that if you go to manscaped.com, check out those products, find anything you like. When you go to checkout, enter code Scaryish, all caps, to get 20% off and free shipping. I currently own 2 lawnmowers, or 3?
No, we have 2.
We have 2. No, we have 3, because I had one already, and then we got 2 more. I think. I don't know. And
I gave it to my sister.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So she could try it out, and she says she likes it.
They're pretty amazing. It's great. It's a nice trimmer for sensitive skin. And on top of that, I own the Weed Whacker because I have a very bushy nose, and it handles my nose hairs.
You're going to say something else.
I have a very bushy bush, and it handles it very well. I will say, I've had nose trimmers before, and I hated them because it yanks the hair out. And I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just tweeze my nose hairs.
That's the same thing with razors, though, too. Those buzzers, a lot of the time, at least for me, it rips hair out.
And it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
So when I tried this one, my first thing was like, I really hope this doesn't rip my hair out. And now I just use it every day, and I just like swirl it around because it just trims it out. And I'm like, wow, that is so much easier than all these other ones I've had. So I definitely endorse the product. I was actually using this shit before they ever reached out to us. So that is pretty awesome. So head over to manscaped.com, see if there's anything there that you would like to pick up. And if so, like I mentioned, Scaryish at checkout for 20% off and free shipping.
Nice.
So good stuff. We're going to go ahead and move into the commercial break on Twitch. It only lasts 60 seconds. If you're watching live on YouTube, you will not get it. If you're watching pre-recorded on YouTube, you might just get one. So just hang on for a second, and we will be right back.
Do you want to pull up that little window?
Unless you didn't get the ad, then you're watching us right now.
Yeah, it's funny because the people are always like, oh man, you guys are boring during the ad break. And it's like, we don't want people to miss out.
People are not always like that. One person said that one time.
person.
One person, one time. We have 1, 2, 3 drinks.
Shit. I haven't drank anything yet.
Well, hold on. Wait until we're back so then you can drink for those folks.
Whoa.
What?
I didn't bring water.
I have water.
Okay.
There's not a lot left. I've been so thirsty today, y'all.
I've been thirsty.
I've been a little bit
since I got home.
Under the weather. So I've been hydrating. And then I also had to go to my father's storage unit. He has a lot of stuff out of it now. So we moved stuff from the big storage unit to a smaller one. And the people there at CubeSmart were incredibly helpful. So, yeah, that's what my day was today on vacation. And I'm off until next Monday.
It's funny because normally before, Adam started working from home, he would be the one going to work. And I was like home because I only had school or work a couple days a week. And so now it's like different where I'm going to work and he's at home just like, what do you do all day?
I work at home all day. I bust my ass except for vacation because I have Christmas break. It's pretty fucking tight. So awesome. I think we should be back from commercial right now. So let's go ahead and read. Christina over there on YouTube, before we read the last story, said, other than my family being healthy this year, it would have to be a pool cue. That's interesting. I grew up with a pool table in my basement.
Me too. And not in my basement, but
I was really good at pool for a long time. I don't know if I still am, though. So
I had a pool table in my bedroom.
Makes me miss playing pool. Scroll. Okay, Kat says, I didn't even know I typed that. Have to chase my bunny because she's chewing my wall. There goes my deposit. And then like the face. Rabbits are so destructive, but they're absolutely adorable.
They really are destructive. I had bunnies, and they would chew all the buttons off the remote controls for the TV. And so you would just have to guess what the button was.
It's funny.
It was awful. Let's see.
Yeah, we have 3 drinks to do. One from Laura Ann, one from ASB Bunny, and one from XM Awesome X.
L2 read.
L2 fuck off.
Well, I got so scared. I was like, oh my God, all my lipstick went on the cup. It's because the cup's fucking red.
L2 drink, Jesus. Vivian says, my high would probably be that chia pet. Or I guess my newfound love for botany, cooking, and sculpting. Basically, I found new hobbies during quarantine.
We baked bread for the first time. That was cool.
from scratch for the first
scratch.
time. I baked bread before, but definitely not from scratch.
Where we like waited for it to rise and
we got
everything.
Yeast and all that.
Yeast. Dude, I got like a pound of yeast because. Okay.
It sounds like an issue.
Fuck you. Because Costco had those big blocks of yeast.
Oh, yeah.
And because, quarantine, and who knows if we'll have to quarantine again, but...
Yeah, the new strain from the UK just hit Colorado right before we went on the air, so that has me a little worried. Samantha over there on YouTube says, "You look so cute, Robin." And they put Robin in all caps so that I would know they were not saying that to me. But you do look adorable. Christina says, "You guys are adorable." Ruth says, "Everyone's been using that to try to go to Hogwarts on TikTok and Twitter." Vivian says, "Love equals cat throwing up hairball," pretty much.
Princess Buttface Kate says, "I want to do your hair." I would love for someone to do my hair. I have been watching the new Penny Dreadful, the one that's based in LA. And what is her name? Natalie Dormer?
Dormier. I think that's how you say her name.
I think it's Dormer. I think her name's just Natalie Dormer.
She's very talented. She's absolutely gorgeous.
But she plays a million different characters in there. She plays one entity specifically that plays a bunch of different characters.
If you don't know who she's talking about, it's Princess Marjorie from Game of Thrones.
Yes. And one of them, her hair, she has that classic old school wave. You know how they have the short hair, like the maybe flapper type hair where it's nice and wavy, but it's short. And I want somebody to do that to my hair. I could never do it myself. But one day I just want my hair to look like that. Just
there you
once.
go. You have had something requested. Vivian says, "WAP is my favorite lullaby, LOL."
Oh my God.
Samantha says, "Mine is To the Window, to the Wall." That's so fucking funny. I was singing that yesterday.
The first time I ever heard WAP, I was just like, what the hell am I
was like, babe, listen to this new song. She was like, "What are we listening to?"
But then again, the first time I ever heard Sour Candy, that Lady Gaga / Blackpink song, I did not like it. And then I've listened to it a million times since.
Yeah, she really has.
Let's see.
Ruth says, "I believe they were talking about shifting. It's a kind of astral projection." Interesting. Yeah, when they're talking about like that spell that they had to go and dig up and find, like you figure if you found all that information, you'd want to share it. But it's, like I said, maybe you don't actually want to share that. So,
Chunkster says, "Love sure is the best gift. My boyfriend was my friend before we started dating. Glad I took a shot on us dating." That's
nice.
Sweet. That's super sweet because a lot of the time it's like we're friends. I'm too scared to like do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivian says, "Another high from my year was that for the first time, I think in my entire life, we had a white Christmas. There was like 4 inches of snow here in Ohio." It's so weird because I grew up in the Midwest. And granted, I grew up like 10, 12 miles away from Lake Michigan, so we had lake effect snow all the time. But I think I've only had...
lake effect kid?
Yeah, I was actually. But I think I only had 3 or 4 Christmases that were not white Christmases, which were very disappointing.
It's funny because the past couple days, I've been telling Adam, like, you know what? This winter, all I want to do is go somewhere with buttloads of snow, and I just want to sit out on the balcony or like on the porch or something with a book, drink hot chalky, and read while I look at all the snow. That's all I want to do.
Find a hill and go sledding. That's all I want to do. And snowball fights, obviously, but no one ever does it right.
My sister and I were just figuring out if there was anywhere we could go that has that, and Adam's just like, you guys are trying to look for something that I grew up with.
I was just like, I think it's so funny you guys are so eager to pay so much money for an experience that I grew up with like every winter.
I'm just like, fuck you, we're from Hawaii, we don't get snow, okay?
Vivian says, oh no, wait, I already read that one. Scroll.
Dinsing Joe says, "You guys are relationship goals, man, thank you so much." And he says, "We are farmers."
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Oh man, he's so talented.
I fucking love J.K. Simmons, dude.
Yeah,
I love him
talented.
in like everything he's ever been in, especially Whiplash, where he's incredible. He was so good in that movie that year. Everyone knew he was winning that Oscar. Like everyone's like, he fucking won that shit. Like he's so good as best supporting actor. There's no way he doesn't win it, and he won it.
Oh, I am Beef Trainer says, "That's how I Went to Dinner and I started as well. I was best friends with his sister back in the 4th grade." That is so effing cute.
That is cute.
So cute.
Samantha says, "I made a roast for the first time a couple months ago." Jay Valor says, "They're gelled finger waves."
What is that?
I think in regards to the hair thing you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how people do that. I think my younger sister can do like the Victory Rolls hairdo because she practiced so much to do that. But I could never do the waves. I think maybe my hair's too fine to keep the waves in, but I'm not sure. I have no idea. I've never tried it. All right.
Samantha says, Vivian, I stand pretzels, especially soft pretzels. Oh, I skipped one of Vivian
Fuck,
says,
I love soft
I made
pretzels.
so many scones and I made pretzels. They weren't that good. And then I made babka. Nice.
I want to learn how to make baklava.
Baklava is really
That would
good.
be so cool. But the laminating that dough, oh my God, would be awful.
I see What's for Dinner says, Adam, I will murder you in a snowball fight. No, you won't. I've injured so many people in snowball fights before. It is so much fun. One person, I pelted him in the face. He fell to the ground, was screaming at me, and then I stole his car because he parked it in the fucking road and he needed to move. So.
The Curse Wolf says, I know it is. This isn't Nerd Chills, but Adam, have you played Cyberpunk yet? And he goes, Nerd Chills Reborn.
I have it on my PC. I have not yet played it. Honestly, I installed it Christmas Day, I think. And then we were just super busy during the weekend. And then Monday was yesterday, and I had time to play it, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Like, I'm just going to go lay down in bed because I never get to do that, like, whenever the fuck I want, which is a lie. I can kind of do that during, like, the normal days. And I totally took this nice nap, and then I woke up and we researched for the show until, like, 3 a.m.
Yeah, and that's
Today's
why
been super busy
the episode didn't get out until noon because we were so tired.
Robin
last
at, like,
night.
3 a.m., she's like,
Can we go to
this
sleep,
shit is
please?
so long. And I'm like, we can go to bed and just record in the morning if you want.
The episode was an incredibly long episode in comparison to our normal episodes because it was like an hour and a half.
Right.
So I'm really glad we recorded it this morning. You might be able to tell that I have sleepy voice for the first half hour.
Yeah, no shit. She
45
just
minutes.
woke up.
I had just woken
I was
up.
trying to get her to talk to me, and she's like,
So if you listen to the episode, I have sleepy voice for the first half. And then towards the end is my regular voice. And while recording, I noticed and I could tell the difference. And it was just so funny.
That's funny.
All right.
Grim Reaper over there in YouTube says, hi, what up?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
You know what's funny? For Christmas, I got 2 games. I got Okami. And it was like the Okami collection or something, right? It has like all the...
Okami HD on Xbox One.
And then I also got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
You did.
And that it's funny because I didn't start Okami. I should have. I love RPGs, but I started Tony Hawk first because I played the crap out of that game with my younger sister when we were younger, and it was just I started playing it and I was like, oh my god, all the memories.
Seriously, Superman, dude, that song is burned into my brain. Christina says they're going to be a scary snowball fight in the future. Man, I fucking hope so. I noticed Kayla Ray Reid said Wonder Woman, no spoiler thoughts. We watched it, but others probably haven't. We also watched it.
It was long.
It's long. It was not as good as the first one.
Nope.
And I didn't really like the first one a ton. And not for the same reasons other people didn't like the first one. I didn't like the first one because
I liked the first one all right.
I thought the first one was okay. I thought it would have been a stronger movie if there was less Chris Pine, to be honest with you. I think it should have focused on her a little bit more. And then with this one, it wasn't bad. In fact, through the first half, I was like, I'm actually liking this a lot more than I thought I would, especially since so many people are hating on it. I think the end just didn't wrap things up nicely. It was
it was
kind of a weak ending.
anticlimactic.
And even then, just the resolution you get at the end, you're just like, wait, I have a million fucking questions. When a movie kind of stops following its own rules, it makes you interrupt your suspension of disbelief, and it just did that too many times for me to say, like, that was good. I was like, that could have been done way better. I think Gal Gadot is fucking incredible in it. I think she's fantastic in pretty much everything I've ever seen her in. And Chris Pine is a really good-looking dude, and they brought him back, and that was kind of cool. Pedro Pascal's really good in it, too. He's really fucking intense as a bad guy, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
We have 2 more drinks from I Am Beef Trainer. I've only actually had 2 of my drinks, so I need
I've
to
had
do
all
3
3
more.
so I'm going to reload. Hold on.
Reload.
Oh, fuck. That's a little bit too fast.
Fuck yeah, she's reloading. Someone told Vivian, looks like Samantha told Vivian to keep trying to bake pretzels, and Vivian said, nah, I'm a quitter at heart. You don't want to be a quitter at heart. And Leonid, Texas says, I just remember when you said, Quispy, random, I know. We still say it a lot.
Yeah, we still say it a lot.
Sour
Chunkster says, I've seen so many memes of Cyberpunk. I haven't, actually. I haven't seen a lot of Cyberpunk memes.
I've seen just memes where it shows like the graphic comparison and how bad it is.
Oh, I'm Listener says, it was meant to be because we only dated for 1 month and 2 days before getting hitched.
Wow.
Nice. That's
Good job.
sweet. All right. Let's I'm Beef Trainer says, thinking about 2020, my high points for the year has to be finding this supportive group and finding out that I like baking from scratch. That's awesome. We seriously, oh my God, we love our community so much because it's not toxic. It's fun. You guys are absolutely hilarious.
Don't ever change.
And supportive. Yeah, please don't change. We love you guys. You guys are great. Princess Buttface Kate says, finger waves? They're so fun. If you know how to do it, I'll let you do it on my hair. That would be great.
Are those finger waves?
Are these finger waves? No, that's piano, right? Jazz hands.
That's different. Jazz hands is fun, though. Leon in Texas says, live fast, die young. Oh, man, I forgot when I used to say that all the fucking time.
Ginseng Joe says, I feel your pain, Robin. I grew up in the desert. Oh, yeah. Well, and then Glitch says, in Texas, what's snow? Oh, in Texan, what's snow? So, I've lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and when I lived there, it fucking snowed. I wish I still had pictures, because I did have pictures of me in the snow at our house, and it was so weird. You
can go over to our YouTube and see a video of Robin twirling in the snow
in
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Singing, Let It Go. I was going to say Let It Snow.
Let it go. Yeah, it was really weird. When I was in Texas, it snowed, and it was just the craziest thing. I thought it happened all the time. Guess not. And 911 girl says, looking good, you two. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I Wants Dinner says, for baklava, you can use pre-made phyllo dough, and it turns out fine. Oh, nice. I'm Beef. I thought you hate that song. Stop.
Yeah, it's in my head now because you brought it up.
I'm Beef Trainer says, whoever that was in Ohio with the 4 inches of snow on Christmas, I'm kind of jealous. We had about 7 inches where we live in Ohio, and we got snowed in. 4 inches would have been perfect for me.
7 inches snowed in? Weak sauce. I saw this thing that showed, based on how high you are, how north you are, and the lateral lines, how much snow it takes to cancel school. And like the south, it's just any snow, school's canceled. And then up to like probably about the tip of Indiana from the bottom up, it's like 4 inches. And then the higher you get, it's like 12 inches. And then once you get to like Minnesota and Canada, it's 2 feet. You need 2 feet to cancel. And then I was like, that's pretty accurate. I feel like that's what it was where I grew up. And then I zoomed in on Indiana, and the 2 counties that I grew up in were both the same color as all of Canada. I'm like, it's because of fucking lake effect snow. It's because you just get buried every fucking time it snows. And they're like, the buses will figure it out.
Oh my God.
You almost always miss first period on a snow day where they don't call snow day, and it's just like, whatever. Like, we're going to risk all the kids' lives to get them here. And they did.
I told you about how in high school I was late almost every single day, right?
That's awful.
Yeah.
I believe it. We're late everywhere we go. Every fucking.
It's because my parents aren't morning people. TBH.
That's such horse shit. We could be awake. It could be afternoon. We're still late everywhere we go.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was almost late. I was late almost every day for school, and my first class was Japanese. And if you came into your class late, you could say "Osoku nate sumimasen," and he'd be like, "Okay, just go sit down." And eventually, one day, he was just like, "No more of this. No, go to detention. This is enough. You're late way too many times. That doesn't fly anymore." I was like, fuck.
Maybe show up somewhere on time once.
The thing is, like, kids can't control that. You know, that's the annoying part for me.
Oh, yeah, when you were a kid,
when
you
you're a
couldn't
kid,
control when
you
left.
can't control being late for school. And yeah, this is in high school. So you can't control being late for school anymore. It's all your parents. And he wasn't going to call my parents and say, you need to get your kids to school.
Yeah, you have detention.
It's like, I'm sorry. Whatever. Anyway,
sour candy. I see Iron Beef Train says, to be fair, we're in a very rural area, farmland kind of rural, and gravel roads. It doesn't take much to get snowed in here. We did have paved roads where I grew up. I mean, we were in farmland too, but paved roads are a fucking nightmare, especially when they're like hard packed ice. You definitely don't want to be driving on those, so that's understandable.
Hobie J says, hi everyone, feel like I haven't tuned in for so long, just noticed y'all were live. Hello.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. I am kind of caught up.
Okay. I'm Western says, saw Robert Downey Jr. signed on for another MCU project. Ooh.
I think it's going to be like a flashback or a memory or one of those things where it's like, I created this digital projection of myself to talk to you if this exact scenario played out.
AC Buddy says, I honestly thought Robin was about to explain what snow was.
I did too.
When?
Because he was like, in Texan, like, what's snow? And like, so here's the thing. They're going to be like, it's water that freezes.
No. I swear when I lived there was snow, and I didn't realize that it doesn't happen all the time. I didn't realize it was so rare.
It's pretty south for that to happen all the time. So it snowed twice since I've lived in Vegas. Once when I first got here, and then once last year. And we were on the air when it started, and I'm like, Holy shit, content! Like, get your ass outside and twirl, bitch, twirl!
Ginseng Joe says, same. I was late almost every morning because I had band first period, which meant I could sneak in every morning. But then my band teacher started making us get late passes. I was heartbroken. That's so fucking funny.
That does suck.
ASB Bunny says, as soon as I got my license, I was late for school every day and signed out early all the time. Nice.
I love gym class, but every time there was a substitute in gym, we would stay there for roll call, and as soon as we were done with the roll call, we'd fucking leave.
Nice.
Yeah, we'd be like, I'd rather go play football at my friend's house across the street than hang out in this stupid hellhole so I can get called down to the office and yelled at for something that's not my fault. Which happened all the time, man. I got the common thread of my life until I was out of high school was I always got blamed for shit I didn't do. And I'm not saying it's because I'm the only Puerto Rican kid in 99% white school, but that's exactly what it fucking was, and the administration was awful. Just saying.
Racist. Okay.
Hashtag racist.
Do you want to read your story now?
I'm down. All right, let me mark this shit. Cool. Gonna take one more chug. Nah, it's a swig. It's not a chug.
I took my
More like a
drinks
pull.
already,
I took a pull. I pulled it. I'm gonna get one more because I am beef trained. Did 2 drinks. I'm not sure if I did an extra one.
Okay, I'll do an extra one since you're doing an extra one, I guess.
All right. Waiting for that glass to be set down.
Looking over at the big ass dragon on my chair for some reason.
Shenlong. I got a 3-foot dragon for Christmas. It's childish. It's my favorite fucking gift this year. So okay.
Is it Shenlong or is it Shenron?
Well, it just depends on like if you're watching DBZ American or DBZ subtitles. So Shenron is also what they call him. So marking it again. Holy fuck. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my next email, and this one's subject is story for Storytime, smiley face. Solid subject yet again.
Nice.
Starts out like this. Hey, Robin and Aaron. This gets funnier
Hello.
every fucking time this circles back. Funny joke. My name's Jan, she/her, and I was listening. I was like sitting here like, what should I fucking call this person? Their name is actually Jan. And I was listening to Storytime episode number 145 at work when the story about the high school custodian triggered a memory from when I was a night custodian for the grade school across my college. This was about 5 years ago during my freshman year, and your girl needed to make some shmoney to keep up with her collegiate habits. That's hilarious because collegiate's in quotes, so I think that has to do with partying.
Okay.
I got a job at this elementary school not even a mile from my campus, making $11 an hour.
That's pretty good.
I thought it was easy money and perfect for my schedule since I didn't really have a set time I had to go in and clean. I just needed to get everything done before the next school day. Generally, I came in around 5 p.m. Is that my nose or your nose? Someone's nose is whistling in this room, and it was driving me fucking crazy.
Hold on.
It's yours.
It's me.
There we go. Suck that stuff up. All right, getting back to it.
Sorry.
Stop hoovering Schneef over there. Generally, I came in around 5 p.m., but on this particular day, I went in a little later. Typically, I'd be a pussy, but I wasn't really as scared that night since there was a teacher still there. She stays later than everyone else, so we just vibin'. Everyone was gone at this point, and I knew this for sure because I always cleaned the classrooms last, and I was in Miss Vibin's room cleaning the chalkboard. You can imagine how eerie a school sounds when there's literally no noise coming from such a big space. I was cleaning and listening to her check her students' paper when we both heard a loud bang from the gymnasium that literally shook us both.
Dude, if there's more than one person that's hearing this thing at the same time, that's even scarier.
Yeah. We looked at each other with a what the fuck look until I said I was scared and asked if she would come with me to check what the hell was up. We both went to find every single light turned on at the gym. Mind you, it is the first thing I clean, so it's just an easy dust mop to the floor and turn all the lights off.
All right.
The switch for the lights is one of those that require a key to shut off, which was hanging around my neck. I asked her to wait for me to turn everything back off, and I closed the doors and ran the fuck out of there. I know this wasn't too scary, but at the time, I almost shat my pants, and not in a good way. Because, you know, the good way, where you shit your pants. Just a quick side story with this teacher. There was one day where...
Sorry, but like...
I was trying to figure out, like, what's a good way where you shit your pants?
Well, like, if you meet a celebrity that you are absolutely...
You just shit your pants out of the light, you're like, oh, that feels so nice. Okay, there was one day where I was cleaning the band room and decided to take a break and play I hate trying to pronounce this. For Elise. How do you say it?
For Elise?
Okay, I nailed it. On the grand piano. The teacher...
Miss Vibin?
Did you say Miss Biden?
Miss Vibin.
Miss Vibin. This teacher didn't realize there was anyone else with her since it was 9 p.m. And when I tell you she creaked that door open, I mean she slowly opened it centimeter by centimeter, horrified to see what was on the other side. I thought I was playing something so beautiful, and this woman was literally having a fucking moment out of a scary movie. The relief on her face when she saw I was the only one playing and not some undead little shit was priceless.
It's funny because for Elise, if you heard that in the dark by yourself, you'd be scared.
It's like children's laughter coming from a child versus coming from the darkness. It's terrifying one way and it's adorable the other. The email says, she was holding her breath the whole time. Sorry this email was so long, but it has been a while since I last wrote in. You guys probably don't even remember me. Storytime, episode 22, lucid dreaming gone wrong and sleep paralysis right after. I kind of do remember that, actually. It's great to see how far you've come since I've been listening to you since May 16th, 2018.
Dang.
I re-listened to the episode because I'm vain. LOL. I am so very proud of the both of you. Also, I'm not going to lie. I was a little salty that you started the live reading a little after the episode you read my story.
That's funny.
And then a bunch of laughter. It says, it's okay, I'm over it now. Maybe, kinda. Just kidding. Not really. Anyway, it'll be nice to watch if you guys end up reading this on the live show.
Well, here it is. Hello,
Indeed,
this is the live
here it
show.
is. Thanks for taking the time to read this, and much love to y'all. Heart, Jan.
Thank you so much, Jan, for sending that in. That is so freaking funny. Because I guarantee there's so many teachers out there that give it 110% and stay at school later than anybody else.
Right.
And I can't even imagine. I remember a parent-teacher conference night where you'd be on campus way later than normal, and it's just weird.
And those teachers are like, I get to talk to the parents, 2 parents for each kid I have. And for each nightmare child I have, that's 2 potential nightmare parents.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I wouldn't even want to deal with that, especially since I couldn't tell those parents, like, you're shitty parents and you've raised a shitty kid. Get the fuck out of my classroom, which is, I know what every teacher really wants to say to those fucking people, because that's the case.
Sometimes,
in so many
though,
instances, that's the case.
Sometimes, though, the sweetest kids just have horrible parents.
And vice versa. I know 2 people who are just wonderful people, and they have a daughter, and their daughter's a wonderful person at home, and then she goes to school, and she's a fucking nightmare, and she's constantly getting into trouble. So the parents have to go in there, but at least when they go in there, they're like horrified and embarrassed, like, I'm so sorry. They don't go in there like, it's okay that my daughter did that. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She's my princess. Like, why don't you treat her like a princess? So it's, yeah. Good talk.
I just know that during my parent-teacher conferences, if there was something bad, I would just start bawling. Because I honestly never did anything bad. But one parent-teacher meeting, my teacher was like, she's failing history. I fucking hate history.
I remember
I was failing history, and I cried so bad. I ended up with an A because I turned that shit around. But, like, oh, man.
so often the teachers would always be like, Adam's really smart, and we're going to put him in gifted classes, but he doesn't like to try sometimes. And it'd be like, yeah, because 1, I'm bored, and 2, you're dumb, and I don't want to play your stupid fucking games. And I have, like, 50% of my teachers love me, and 50% of my teachers absolutely hated me. There was no in between with my teachers.
50% of me loves you, 50% of me hates you.
All of me hates you, so fuck right off. All right, thank you so much for saying that in. Let's look over into stream chat, see what you folks had to say.
Glitch did redeem a drink, so...
Indeed. Indubitably.
This, I don't know, this mug is kind of fugly, but it's fugly in a cute way, right?
It's like a pug. Or me.
Pugs are cute.
Fuck you.
You don't think pugs are cute?
I said or me, and then you complimented pugs, you fucking twat.
No. You're cute, too. But
don't touch me.
I think bugs are cute. Pugs
are cute. Vivian says, ha, you fool with your 7 inches of snow. Christina says, is there going to be snow days anymore with all the online school things? Probs not. But in the end, that's probably a good thing. Like, I used to have the date that I was supposed to get out of class is like May 28th. And we used to go to school until like the middle of June because we had so many fucking snow days to make up.
When COVID popped off this year, oh man, I was still in the middle of my spring semester. And one of my professors was like, we have a meeting today about online classes and everything going on. So you probably don't have school next week. And I was like, yes! It was the greatest thing. I was like, online school. And now kids are out there stuck at home and stuff like that. And I'm sure they're just like, this fucking blows. Especially the elementary school kids who are like, we miss our friends.
Yeah.
I don't miss anybody from school. No
Here's
offense to everybody that
this
I know
whole
from
thing
school.
Fucking sucks. But let's just hope we can all get back to normal sooner or later, and not in the way where it's like we decided to ignore the pandemic and just go back to school, because that's the way where you get people killed. I'm just going to say
right now, the only reason I'm graduating college next year is because of online schooling.
Knock on wood. You're making a lot of wild proclamations. It's underneath the desk because you're just like, I passed all my fucking classes this semester. I'm going to graduate in a year.
Oh my god, guys! If I don't graduate next year, no more Scaryish.
Dude, I met her January of 2013. We started going out officially February 3rd of 2013, right? And I remember it being like, I have like 4 years left of school. It's about to be 2021. And she's like, next year I'm graduating. I'm like, you fucking better be. 2 income sounds amazing. I can't even fucking picture it. All right, let's go back to these things. Samantha says, I'm excited. I found cake in the fridge. That's the best fucking feeling in the world.
So our friend made so many Christmas cookies.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the pizza incident.
Oh, no. That's funny, though, too. And I've freaking crushed so many of those Christmas cookies.
It's the wine
man, I've almost had the entire box. And I texted her today. I was like, dude, I've crushed like 20 of those cookies.
Crushed.
They're so crushed.
Crushed that time.
Crushed like 20 of those cookies. They're so effing good. Oh, man. I love Christmas cookies. I just love cookies, man. Send me cookies. Okay.
All right. So anyways, we went to my dad's house for Christmas on Sunday, exchanged gifts with him, just him. And we came back, and when we were there, we watched the Bears game. And so we're watching the Bears game, and my dad's like, we should get food, so we ordered pizza. And my pizza turned out to be really good, because I get a medium with chicken and bacon on it. And then we get like a normal pizza for everyone else, because I'm a princess. And then Robin got pasta.
Because I'm a princess.
And so we're like, cool, these are all good pizzas. And there was a few pieces left, so we brought them home. And I was like, you know what? It's like vacation time. I'm going to lay down and take a nap. It's Sunday. I woke up super early. We did a lot of running around. Like, I'm going to lay down and take a nap. When I woke up, I was like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go grab the last few slices of pizza. I went downstairs. They're fucking gone. My mom apparently was like, ate one, and she's like, hey, do you mind if I finish this? And I'm sleeping. So Robin's like, yeah, eat it. Fuck him. So she did. And I woke up and was super disappointed. And I just cried in the corner for the rest of the night. Because that's how much pizza means to me. I was like, you fucking... I hate you both so much. You conspired this.
I literally told him, I was like, you were sleeping. I didn't mind the pizza getting eaten, so I just told her it was all right.
Vivian says, I couldn't find my snowball maker. I was kind of sad about that. If y'all have ever used one of those, you know it's a game changer.
What?
These are my snowball makers.
I was going to say, you use your hands.
You know what you do? You take your gloves off, and you let the heat from your hands...
make it hard.
...mold that snowball to get it nice and packed, so when it hits someone, it fucking hurts. And the longer you hold it, the colder your hands get, but the more that snow melts, and it starts to turn into a little bit of an ice ball.
It turns into an ice ball.
I was having this fucking super intense snowball fight with my fucking best friend John, and he was like bobbing and weaving and ducking. We're throwing these things as hard as we can, and he fucking moved, and he dove behind this chick, and I didn't even see her, man. She was a casualty of war. All I knew is I was going to hit this fucking dude in the face, but he like ducked, and she was kind of tall. So when I threw this thing, I threw it as hard as I could. And it's like she wasn't paying any attention, which that shit's on her. It's like if you go to a baseball game, keep your eye on the fucking ball. And so it's just like in slow motion, it just hit her right in the fucking throat.
I'm just remembering when we went to go see the Cubs this year, and someone got
hit hard.
Straight in the face with a baseball.
It was like that, but it was to the throat. And the fucking, it exploded, but she was talking at the time. She's like, wow, wow, wow. Like, wow, wow, wow. It's so fucking funny.
You're such an asshole. It's funny. Okay. Glitch
says, master the custodial arts. Vivian says, janitors and custodians don't get near enough credit. Some asshole at the school was throwing food all over the cafeteria.
Dude.
And the custodian made him clean the entire cafeteria for the rest of the week. Good. Fuck that kid.
Good. Because it's like granted, their job is to clean up, but at the same time, it's
bust
like...
their ass, man.
Yeah. Why are you making it even worse?
Don't be a trashy person.
Yeah.
And if you're a trashy person, you should be forced to clean up.
I feel bad at work because I eat a lot of chips, and crumbs get everywhere.
Sprinkle some fucking crumbs here, fucking crumbs
and I
there.
just feel bad sometimes, but my desk is always clean. Except for the top of it. They never touch the top of the desk. They only vacuum. They don't touch anything else. And they can't because my desk is like, I have civil plans all over here. I got the paperwork I have to go through while QCing stuff, and it's like, you can't see my keyboard from my computer. It's like a mess. There's no way you're going to clean anything.
Looking over at your other desk, it actually looks pretty clean right now, but that is typically the case at home as well.
Yeah.
Vivian says, yeah, my teachers say I'm pretty smart, but I have very little proof. That's funny.
Let's see.
Yeah, I've seen the semicircle cup clamp thing, but it's just
semicircle clamp. Oh,
it's not natural.
I'm Beef Trader says, I have to admit, ever since I refer to Adam as brown butter, I can't help but think of Adam and Robin as Asian princess and brown butter. I'm okay with being an Asian princess.
It sounds weird, but I guess.
Scroll. I'm Mustard Junior says, Adam, I got a 3-inch dragon. My wife. Bah, I need to get my mind out of the gutter.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said it, I was like, you shouldn't be sharing 5.15 inches.
Oh, 3-foot dragon. 3-foot dragon. Sorry, inches are quotes. Foot is the apostrophe.
Correct.
Yes, it's a 3-foot dragon. It's a huge dragon. I love it.
You can grab it if you want.
Oh, okay, I'll grab it. Fuck
yeah,
it.
We'll rock the dragon. I mean, you got the dragon wine. We're gonna have the dragon on the air. It's the dragon show. You have to speak Namekian or you can't actually get your wish. Actually, I think that's just Purunga, but whatever.
It doesn't give a name when you buy it on the internet. It just says dragon or something. Dragon.
Probably so they don't have to license it through Funimation since those guys are
Funimation.
No, it totally says Dragon Ball Super on here.
Oh, is it Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, so it's an officially licensed product. Don't hit me with the tail.
All right. ASB Bunny says, TBH, though I never felt great in high school, it wasn't until 5 years later I was told I had fibromyalgia. Most likely had it in my school years too. That is rough. That's so rough. Scroll. Sorry, I'm going to scroll. Rice Amir says, hi, it's Akbar. Bye. Okay. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by.
Chunks just says, I never had a day off of high school. Parents would never allow it. I think
they closed our schools when the snow came in.
There may have been one day I took off of school, maybe 2, but I was like I was deathly ill. Ugh. And my younger sister told me that it's because my mom, I was so sick, my mom thought I was like possessed by like
I've heard that twice today,
spirits.
actually.
Really?
Come to think of it, yeah. Someone else talked about it in one of the emails that I was like, oh, are we going to read this one? I was like, no, I have one from the queue from last week. So.
Yeah, my mom thought bad spirits had taken me over, and that's why I was so fucking sick. And I swear I lived in front of the air conditioner because my fever was so high.
I believe that.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't even remember what happened after that. I slept so much during that.
So we were allowed 10 excused absences at my school. Unless you had like a disease or something like that. So I would take 9.5 every single semester because fuck those people. I hated them. Scrolling again. Did you name that dragon yet? The name is Shenlong or Shenron, depending on which version you watch.
I just say Shenron. I've never heard Shenlong before. There's no L's in Japanese.
That's why, yeah. It's the dragon from Earth from Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball Super. He's my buddy.
Adam just loves that thing. I was really surprised because I bought it for him for Christmas, and I was like, he's gonna think this is stupid. It's really childish.
I'm so fucking happy.
But when he opened it, he was like, "This is my favorite thing all
I'm
Christmas."
so fucking happy.
He got so many good gifts, and he's like, "No, this is my favorite." All right. I'm Beef Trainer says, I have one half Asian parent that insisted we kids had to go to school no matter what. But if we were throwing up or had a hospital visit in the middle of the night or had broken bones while heading to school, we had a legit reason to stay home. I remember when Jesus, scared the crap out of me. I passed out while my mom was cutting my hair once, shattered my front teeth, and when I woke up from passing out, I was like, I'm not going to school tomorrow. I'm not going to school looking like this. It was fucking awful. But my mom took me to the dentist the next day, so I didn't feel so bad. But
give him a kiss.
It's going to get lipstick on it.
Then nose to nose.
Beep, boop.
He can go.
Okay.
He deserves more attention than I can give him
Master.
right now.
Let me put this away for you.
Thank you. And just enjoy the show. Samantha says, on a different note, my grandmother died the summer before I started high school, so I went into high school super depressed. That's very sad. My grandfather died in the middle of 7th grade, and I dealt with that as well. And that's kind of what shaped me as an individual, because I realized like all these people that were like ranked higher than other people in like the social like queue, I was just like, fuck everyone. Like, I'm going to treat everyone exactly the same, and I'm not going to be like tiptoeing around people who are the cool kids anymore. And literally, like, as soon as I started telling off the cool kids, they all were like, oh, he's pretty cool. And I was like, okay, like, I'm just going to go ahead and see how long I can insult people and they still like me. And it hasn't stopped since. So that was like fucking 22 years ago.
ASB Bunny says, back in the day, parents used to shout at their kids for wasting the money they spend on their schooling. Nowadays, parents yell at teachers for not making their children geniuses because they have paid for schooling.
Yeah. It's like, you have paid for schooling, correct, and your kid doesn't try, doesn't care, and it's somehow the teacher's fault.
You can't blame teachers for that stuff, man. Kids either want to learn or they don't. There are bad teachers out there.
There are.
I'm not saying there aren't bad teachers.
I had bad teachers. But I'm just saying, like, kids suck.
My 7th grade teacher was probably the best teacher I've ever had in my entire life. She was the only teacher that was like, I'm going to every single... I went to private school, though. She went to every single of her students' house.
Lottie, you fucking die. You should be eating chocolates with your pinky up.
And she wanted to meet everyone's parents and see what type of home situation they had to try and, figure out, like, how should I teach these kids? Because it was an eclectic mix of children. There were a lot of really rich kids, and then there were the poor kids that got, like, scholarships to go to school, So, I was one of those kids. We were... but yeah, so she went to everybody's house to check and see, like, what are these kids like? What are their parents like? What do I need to teach them? And I think she was the best teacher I ever had. She taught us Latin.
Wow.
That was one of the classes that I had a really hard time in. But I don't know what she's doing now. I wonder if she's still alive. Her goal in life...
It's weird to think about that, right? Like, I have
Yeah.
teachers from high school where, like, they had these huge expectations for me. And I'm like, I wonder if she's still around. Like, I wonder if I can talk to her and be like, sorry. Like, didn't work out.
Yeah, I wish I could tell her, like, you're probably one of the nicest teachers I've ever had. And I've been going to school for fucking college for a decade. And her goal in life was just boat around the world. Her husband had a boat.
Wow.
And she just wanted to travel around the world on a boat. And I hope she got to do that before she died. If she died. I don't know if she's still alive.
She could be, like, in her fucking 50s, dude. You overestimate people's ages when you're younger like that, so.
She's got to be late 60s now.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
Just saying. She could be boating right now. Vivian says, of course, Adam was a cool kid. Look at his hair. So suave. I was, like, somewhere in between cool kid and nerd. I did whatever the fuck I wanted and didn't worry about people judging me for it because people suck and I don't care what they think. And the people who I did care about what they thought were the friends that I still have to this day. And so there's still people that didn't want to hang out with me because they're like, I don't want to play fucking Halo. I want to go to parties and get fucked up. And I'm like, go get fucked up then. I don't care. I'm going to hang out and play Halo with 15 other people who are way fucking cooler than you on 4 Xboxes, on 4 TVs, because we fucking rock. And that's what we did. And, like, we still partied and shit like that, but I just never worried about that shit because it's just such a waste of time. And I'm sure there are people out there who think I was a huge nerd or people that didn't like me, but I just sort of ignored it. And it's just something that helped me survive in high school because I didn't really fit in anywhere. So I just decided, I guess that means I fit in everywhere. You know what I mean? So
I didn't. So
everyone fucking loves Robin everywhere she goes. And she's always like, I was not sad.
No,
and no one likes me.
In high school, I swear to God, I really didn't have a lot of friends, and I really wanted to fit in with, like, the goth kids and stuff like that. I wish I did. I wish I would have been more my own person in high school. I wasn't. I wish I was. I was in, like, anime club and Japanese club, but I don't know. I didn't lean towards one way. I was in high school, total chameleon. I'll say that. I was a total chameleon in high school. It wasn't until college, which I think a lot of people do find themselves in college.
It's still going to.
But I made my first group of friends that I was like, these are my people. And you know what we did? We fucking watched anime. I introduced them to the raunchy side of anime. It was like,
would you like to see those two characters bang?
No, it was more like, you want to see these two dudes? Okay. Anyway, no, but I finally found, like,
what do you call that genre?
Yaoi.
Say it again.
Yaoi.
Because of how you say it, I said Yahweh the other day, and
God.
They're like, you mean God? I'm like, no, like, Yahweh. And they're like, no, that's not how you say it. Actually, the only person that corrected me was Stefan.
Boy
but
love
still,
porn.
it was
No,
funny.
yeah, and so I think everybody needs to experience that. You grow up and you don't really know who you want to be, and I think everybody needs to go through a time where they're like, no, this is me, these are my people. And it took me a really long time, and that's why I think now I'm more comfortable with being myself and I'm just like, yeah, I like weird shit.
It's funny.
Adam's just like, you do like weird shit.
You do.
Sometimes.
And I am into it.
And no, but he bought me something for Christmas. He bought me a yaoi manga for Christmas. And I read that like...
It was on our wish list.
I read that like that night, that Christmas night. And I was just giggling to myself and being like, yeah. And he's just like, I fucking hate that I got that for you for Christmas.
No, I was like, I didn't say I hate that I got that for you for Christmas. I said, I hate that I have to listen to this on Christmas. Because it's her like reading this like, yeah, get it. I'm like, you're fucking creep. Samantha says, we were like super, super close. She is the reason I love horror movies and ghost hunting shows, except Zach Baggins. F him. Look, if you have a connection to Ghost Adventures of Zach Baggins, I 100% support that. But I just don't care for him because, like, he's just disingenuous.
My sister loves him. My sister does watch Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. I watch Ghost Adventures.
She puts that shit on.
But, like, some things, though, you're sketchy as a person. Okay. Kayla Ray reads... Oh, sorry. You can go first. Okay, you go. Thank you. Kayla Ray Reed says, Tiny Dancer Nation just ordered pizza, and Adam saying what you got on your pizza, John looked at me weird. I don't know what kind of pizza he got, but that look might mean he got the same pizza as you.
It's good, man. Just a regular cheese pizza. You add grilled chicken and bacon on it, and those flavors are delicious.
Unpopular opinion, but I like the Alfredo sauce on my pizza.
I don't mind it, but I need to know I'm getting it. If I bite into a slice of cheese and I taste Alfredo sauce, I'll fucking murder someone.
But see, if you order the Alfredo pizza, you got to have the Alfredo toppings.
Yeah.
So you got to have like
your
chicken.
Toppings completely.
You got to have chicken.
Grilled chicken's an Alfredo thing, but I always get it with red sauce. Chicken, bacon, red sauce, cheese. So...
I like mushrooms on my pizza.
I fucking hate mushrooms.
All right.
Vivian says, my group of friends are known as the cool, weird kids. Samantha says, I hung out with the goth kids and the LGBT kids from art class. I'm so old that back in high school, LGBT was not a term that was used. And anyone who was in high school that felt that way hadn't come out yet. And if they did, it was to a very small group of people. I think I only knew a few people that had actually come out in high school. They did hang out with us because they felt safe around us because we weren't fucking judgmental pieces of shit. But, I mean, I grew up in, like, Northwest Indiana, which is not a great place to be if you're a minority or LGBTQ in any way, shape, or form. I'd never
experienced racism before.
Until you went back to my hometown.
Until I went back to where he lives, and I was like, holy shit.
I was like, yep.
This is weird.
Just how it goes here. Vivian says, I recently found out I'm the only straight cis one in our group. LOL. Welcome to being a minority. Shannon says, hey, everyone. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy over the holidays. You as well,
you
Shannon.
Too. I'm Beef Trainer says, I'm totally going to send homemade from scratch cookies to Robin.
Please do.
Please do. I would love that.
Our P.O. Box got cleared up. We finally got a package.
Yes,
We've been waiting on for a fucking week. So
ASB
annoying.
Bunny, I know, brought up sending cookies this way, and I would love cookies. I just wish there was a way to make sure that they stayed fresh.
Yeah.
It's so difficult, especially with the post office right now.
Everything's really backed up.
So
just the way it is.
Fuck, I love cookies. Okay.
Something I almost forgot about, by the way. So I saw this list, and it was the most tragic deaths in anime history. And the top voted tragic death in anime history was voted as Vegeta when Frieza kills him. Because he cries about like how his dad was murdered in front of him and Frieza raised him as a hostage and all this stuff. And people picked it as number one. And the bottom of the list was Yamcha dying to the Saiyaman. I was like, wow, R.I.P. Yamcha yet again. I saw that because Glitch said that I should be nicer to you because you might pull a Yamcha. And I was
Unpopular opinion, I hate Yamcha.
I fucking hate Yamcha. Every time he dies, I'm like, shit happens.
Chaozu's my bae. I love Chaozu.
Chaozu's a creepy little doll, and he is terrifying.
I love him.
So I'm not caught up, but that's where I'm going to stop so that you can read, and then you can just choose whenever you're done.
Okay, so Kayla Ray Reed says, I want that dragon.
I want
ASB Bunny says, I know it's been said, but Robin, your outfit is goals. Thank you so much. I freaking love this shirt. It has like big old puffy sleeves. I don't know. I'm trying to branch out my wardrobe to include color because all of my clothes are black or gray. And so I'm really trying to add in pops of color. I finally bought a red cardigan for the first time in my life. I'm really trying to just add some changes into my wardrobe. And hopefully you folks will get to see that over time because I'm graduating soon and I need to apply for a big boy job. And
she kind of has a big boy job, but she wants a bigger boy job.
You got to dress for the job you want, right? Is that what the saying is?
They say dress for the job you want.
Yeah.
However, every time someone walks by in a suit and it's like t-shirt and jeans that are allowed, you're like, that dude's a boner. Unless it's you. And then you're like, I feel good. I look good. Everyone thinks I look good. Hey. And it was like, hey. And then they walk away like, That guy's a fucking boner.
The thing is, though, like, if your workplace is like, jeans and a t-shirt is fine, yeah, whatever. If the higher ups, if your district managers, if your big old head honchos come in and they see everyone wearing jeans and a t-shirt and you're the one wearing a suit and you're acting professional, you're going to be the one that gets the promotion.
Not necessarily. They might think you're a pretentious boner.
Maybe that's just me then.
Just saying. The guy that I knew that did that at my most recent workplace was a pretentious boner, and everyone's like, maybe you should try working for the job you want instead of pretending that you want that job.
You have to actually work. There's
get
a
it,
difference.
girl. You gotta work. So I'm just saying, like, our VP, he wore jeans, a button-up, and then a sports jacket over that. And he was fucking awesome. And he wasn't nearly as dressed up as this dude. He just walked around like acting like he was in charge. So, all right.
Glitch asked if you have all the Dragon Balls.
No, I just have the 4-star.
I only got Adam the 4-star.
I don't have like a set or anything like that. I gotta collect them.
I feel like I catch them all.
I know this sounds weird, but I've always felt like since I got that 4-star, I need to find 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. But I feel like I need to steal them. I don't know why. It's like my quest. It'll make things a little bit more interesting.
All right. So before I get back into the chat, because we could re-chat forever, this could literally be just a hangout chat episode, but we're not going to do that.
Shit.
So I'm going to get into my next email here so that we can kind of get back to the whole point of the Storytime episodes. Okay.
Ow.
Sorry. So I'm going to read this next episode. It is from Dana.
You said this next episode.
I mean, fuck.
There is no Dana, only Zool. Okay, take it from the top.
I'm going to read my next email here, and it's from Dana, and it begins, Hey, Robin and Adam. Hey. Hello.
Sorry, I was drinking beer. It's my bad.
I have a second short story for y'all. My first one where I got too high and thought I was being possessed.
I remember that one.
Anyway, my grandma passed away last week. Our condolences. That's really rough.
It's a lot of sadness this episode.
And she had a super creepy haunted house story that I would love to share on the podcast. So
it is really awesome you're sharing this story. It's very sad your grandmother passed away, but the fact that you're passing on her story now,
yes,
and it's going to go out to so many folks is like, it warms my heart in just a wonderful way. So thank you for sending it.
It's a part of her that'll live forever.
Yeah.
So back in the 60s, my grandma, her now ex-husband, my uncle, and my aunt lived in a creepy house in Northeast Ohio. My grandma always swore that the ghost hated men. Seems like a lot of ghosts do, though.
Yeah, I think it's the rage of whatever they went through in their life.
Whatever it was, it would lock my grandfather and uncle in rooms with no locks sometimes. I'm going to sidebar and tell you guys about how it was like for me coming home today from work. It is freezing outside. Not legitimately freezing. It's cold.
Not literally.
It's very, very cold. I wore the wrong coat for the weather today. And so I have a bunch of crap in my hand and my bag in another hand, and I'm putting in the code for the door, trying to get in. It won't open. I keep putting in the code. I keep trying to open the door. Your mom had to open the door and let me in.
I was taking a bath.
And Adam...
All I heard was boop, 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 boop.
Oh my God.
Over and then like bang, 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 bang.
I was trying
like, I hope that works out.
And it was driving me nuts. And then Adam's like, hey, can you bring me up a glass of water while he's laying in the tub, right, taking a bath?
I was so thirsty.
And so I bring him up a glass of water, and I have to pee so bad.
It's the most awkward drinking situation I've ever had.
The freaking bathroom door is locked. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Why is
taking a bath?
All the doors are locked today, and it's driving me nuts. And so I have this glass of water in my hand trying to unlock this door. Oh my God, dude. Seriously.
Since we're putting all the fucking cards on the table, one, Robin's the kind of person who will walk in while you're taking a shit, and when she leaves the bathroom and she's done with the bathroom, she just leaves the fucking door open. You're sitting there taking a shit, and all of a sudden everyone can walk by and be like, hey, what's up? How's your shit going? Yeah, just saying. I'm sorry I locked the fucking door. Also, drinking that glass of water was really awkward because I'm sitting in a bathtub of warm water, drinking a cold glass of water while someone's next to me peeing. I'm like, this is fucking weird, but I'm thirsty. It's like one of those weird dreams where all these things happen and you're like, none of these things would ever happen all at once in real life. It did today. It was odd. So, all right, let's get back to the story.
All right. Anyway, so the grandfather and uncle get locked in rooms with no locks.
Gotcha.
Their beds are shaken. They've been pushed down the stairs.
Holy shit.
According to my grandma, the last thing that happened before they moved out was the crucifixes being turned completely upside down.
That one's not good. That's not okay.
Nope. No, that is nope. My aunt, now in her 50s, does not remember much of this, but says that the ghost never bothered her or my grandma. Definitely seems like it was prejudiced against your grandpa and uncle.
Yeah, they were targeted, it seems like.
Anyways, that's my story, and I would appreciate any Scaryish love and support from y'all. I definitely want to send you love and good vibes since your grandma passed away. That's a really rough thing to go through. I totally can vibe with you on that since my grandma passed away this year as well. And it's really cool that you have this story that you can kind of tell and remember your grandma with and kind of chuckle about, you know, that her now ex-husband got fucked. But
that's funny.
But yeah.
Yeah, definitely thank you for sending that in. And it's one thing where it's like, it really makes you wonder what the ghost is targeting them for. If it's one thing where they just target men, it always makes me think like that person had a really rough life because of men in their life. But yeah, that's super creepy and terrifying that the beds were shaking and they were locked in rooms with doors that didn't have locks.
The creepy thing is the crucifixes, because that's just like something out of a horror movie.
I'd also like to point out, someone corrected us one time and they're like, oh, you guys, the upside down crucifix is a sign of the Pope. That is just grossly incorrect in so many ways. So Peter, no, not Peter. No, it was Peter.
St. Peter.
St. Peter was crucified upside down, and he chose to be crucified upside down because he didn't feel that he was worthy to be crucified in the same manner as Christ. St. Peter, I think, is technically the first pope. That doesn't mean that the upside-down cross is a symbol of all popes going forward. The crossed keys are the symbol of the office of the pope, or the papacy.
The papal symbol.
When it's an inverted cross of Christ being crucified, that is completely different than the St. Peter cross, which is just an upside-down cross. And that is something that people need to realize and stop fucking DMing us, because I'm so sick of reading this.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Good job.
There are certain things we get corrected on where I'm like, stop fucking correcting us. Like, there's different ways to interpret this. Like, read more. Like, I'm sorry we didn't read the only things that you've read, but stop being a dick about it. So I just got to put that one out there.
I'm just going to say I don't read any of the YouTube
She doesn't.
comments.
So I have to do all the things where I'm like, this person's correcting us and they're wrong. They're kind of, it's like that fucking meme where it's like, well, yes, but no.
Adam likes to let me know the notable YouTube comments. So if they're either stuff that I need to know or things that would really up my spirit if I'm having a bad day, he lets me know those things. But he does all the YouTube stuff. If you see a reply from anyone, it's Adam on YouTube. If it's Instagram and stuff like that, it's the both of us.
It's 50-50. Yeah, we'll literally have a conversation and
because
race each other to reply sometimes.
We're usually right next to each other, and it's like, oh, did you reply to this message yet? So
sometimes my Instagram doesn't actually show me what she sent from the shared account, so I have to ask. So I'm like, I don't want to say the same thing twice, and it'll be weird. Like, one of my quips not as funny as her quip that already went through.
But the main thing I'd like to point out is we don't have a social media manager.
It's just us.
If you have a response from anything, whether it be our email, if you've emailed us, or through Facebook or Instagram or anything, it's legitimately us, even if it's at 5 a.m, because we're still fucking awake.
Yeah, it's weird.
I've messaged someone from a different part of the world, like at an ungodly hour of the night, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, I hope they don't think this is weird.
I'm in no way discouraging you guys to comment or talk to us. Just be less snarky and assholey about it is all I'm requesting. And by the way, it almost never happens. I just had to get this one off my chest.
Or Jeopardy rules. State it in a question. Have you guys heard da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
Because
I was always under the impression this was the case. When it's like, you're wrong. When you start out with that, I'm like, asshole. I'm like, that's just right where my head goes. Then I have to type up my response, read it to Robin. Robin's like, change it. And then I change it a couple times. I have a 24-hour rule a lot of times for replies to snarky stuff. I'm like, all right, let me see if I think this is still good in the next day.
Sometimes he's like, I need to cool off before I say anything. And I tell him, too, I'm like, just take a break. Don't answer right now. Just think about it, cool off, and then write a response later.
I don't get angry or heated. I'm a person who claps back, and I clap back quickly. So I'm like, all right, calm down, be professional about this.
Good job. Okay.
So, anyways, thank you so much for sending in your email. It obviously triggered a lot of conversation for us. So, all right, let's go ahead and read over in the stream chat. I'm going to read the YouTube stuff, and then Robin's going to read the Twitch chat. While Robin's reading the Twitch chat, since I know we had a couple people that's brand new, we're going to play a game, and that's how we end the night, called Marbles on Stream, where you have to be in the Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Scaryish Podcast, and by typing !play when we say to, you can get a marble on the screen, and if your marble wins a race, which you have to do nothing for, it's just gravity that takes over, and if your assigned marble wins that race, you actually are eligible to get a piece of merchandise for free on us. So.
Yeah, by merchandise, he means sticker or something.
Yeah, usually it's a sticker. Sometimes Robin's like, we have extra coasters or something.
Whatever I can put in an envelope that I can stamp. when we do a package, it's a giveaway. So most of the time I don't do packages unless it's something where I have so many of them that I'm like, okay, yeah. But sticker or magnet, or we have window clings and stuff like that too. So yeah, just a little piece that I can mail out, like personalized mail out to you.
Now's a good time to switch over if you want to try that. So Vivian over there on YouTube says, all my friends are part of the LGBTQ+. They joke around, or they joke that they could sense the LGBTQ+ because they were all friends before they came out. That's funny. Shannon says, same with the all black wardrobe. I found wearing lighter colors actually really positively affects my mood.
You know what? That is absolutely true because, man, sometimes when I'm wearing like black on black on black on black, because most of the pants I own are black and most of the shoes I own are black. And it's just when you add a pop of blue, pop of green, pop of red, something like that, it's just like, I look cool today. I mean, like, I feel like I'm a little bit more confident. Because I feel like when I wear black,
it attracts more attention to you.
I feel like when I wear black, it's because I don't want anybody to notice me, and I'm just and that's not with everybody. Sometimes everybody just likes to wear black because they like black, but for me, it's like I don't want anybody to notice me. I don't want to really interact with anyone today. I just kind of just want to.
It's such a failed effort though, because you're like so noticeable. You walk in the room, everyone's like, God damn. Yeah, and I say that, and I'm like, you think I'm exaggerating, but you're very noticeable. You're beautiful. And everyone's like, oh my God, she's so smart.
You're so sweet.
It's true, though. Bullshit, but I wear black because it's slimming and I'm fat. But I really like the fact that my colors for my company now are black and then like hot pink. So when I wear my Jam City shirts, I'm like, can't see my curves, but you can just see Jam City coming off my fucking chest. And it makes me feel good. Vivian says, I'm glad. Samantha says, I wasn't even thinking about my sexuality in high school. LOL, I figured out I'm bi. I was just trying to graduate and then go from there. I know a lot of people are like, I just want to get high school over and done with.
You know, when I was like 18 and you know, getting out of high school, starting to take more college classes, things like that, I was like, I'm bi, whatever, you know. You like what you like. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's your.
And if people are like, you can't do that, it's like, you can't tell me what I can or cannot do.
Why? Because you said so? Oh, well then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Jay Valor says, I was a lonely kid too until my hot model sister started high school. Interesting. My brother was 3 years older than me, so when I got into high school, he was a senior and I was a freshman. And that was kind of a nightmare. Jay Valor says, I quickly learned how to style my hair and wear dresses. Turns out I hated them forever, but they're the easiest clothing to put on. Boob. It just says boob.
I did not wear heels. I did not wear dresses. I did not wear any of that stuff until I started working with some of my favorite coworkers I've ever had. My first job was at Borders when it was open, and my supervisors were Eric and Iris, and I absolutely love them. They're some of my favorite people. I don't talk to Eric anymore, but he was the first person to be like, girl, fucking wear hot clothes.
Wear high heels.
And he was...
She tells me about this all the time.
Super... That he was the gay friend you need in your life who is like, get your shit together, because he was like, just wear heels. That's all. You can wear your outfits that you have now. Maybe put on a pair of heels and make yourself feel a little bit sexier, you know what I mean? And not everybody has to do that, but I honestly, like, after he kind of took me out of my shell a little bit, I like to think that I'm a little bit more confident, and I'm definitely better at talking to people and opening up. And if you folks knew me in fucking high school or middle school, you'd be like, oh my God, why is anyone friends with that person? Whatever.
It's a lie.
But now I'm much more open and much more like easy to talk to. I think I'm a lot more personable. I text how I talk. So if you're talking to me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, that's literally how I talk.
You'll notice it if you ever message us on Instagram.
Yeah, if you ever message us and talk to me.
I won't say that she hasn't had this wonderful transition where she's become more confident, because that's absolutely 100% true. I'm just saying that the lie part is when she was in high school that no one wanted to be her friend, because that's not true. A lot of people wanted to be her friend.
Wanting to bang you and wanting to be your friend are completely different things.
I didn't even bring up the banging part, but a bunch of people wanted to bang her too. So
it's just like, you're a person and you're not just like this object.
A set of body parts.
Yes. And
I'm not just a hole for your dick.
If people aren't treating you like a person, they don't deserve your time.
Exactly. I treat her like a person first and an object second.
Ending 2020 with life lessons.
Jay Valor says, I literally just yelled Peter's Cross in my rather non-religious household. Right?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm What's Her Name? Oh wait, are you done reading?
I am done. I'm going to get Marbles on stream.
So he's going to start Marbles on stream. If you folks are still on YouTube, hop on over to Twitch. It's pretty fun. We chill out. We hang out. We play marbles. It's just this time where we sit around, watch these balls move around.
I
on
don't know
screen.
if our new viewers still here because they haven't said anything. We might have scared them off at this point.
Oops. I'm almost says, I was picked on in high school until I beat one of the bullies with a stool. Fuck them.
Gotta stand up for yourself, man.
Ginseng Joe says, now that I've taken a break from school, I've noticed that my two worst subjects, English and history, quickly became my favorite. I think that happens a lot because when they force that shit down your throat, you're like, fuck, this blows.
You don't find your interest until you find it on your own. And when people tell you you have to do something, you're like, fuck this. Like, I don't like this.
Honestly, though, I feel pigeonholed. Is that the term?
That is the term.
I feel pigeonholed into my degree now because I've been doing it for so long, and I honestly don't think that's what I want to do.
Hey, man, stretch your wings. Get your degree. Figure it out.
I just wish I could draw and make art all day. I haven't posted a new thing on my art page in so long.
All I know is I just want to bang on these drums all day. Seriously, I wish I could create content my entire life. But
Yeah, if we could just be content creators, fuck, that's the dream. And everybody
that's why we grind so hard. That's why we don't miss episodes.
Everybody that's not posted, but has donated and supported us on Patreon and Coffee and have donated through Twitch with your bits and subscriptions.
It's weird to say donated with your bits, but we do appreciate it.
But I seriously, it gets us a step closer to what we want to do, and you guys are absolutely amazing. And everybody who joins us every single week for these live streams and for the game streams on the weekends, we could not do any of this stuff without you. You guys rock our socks off.
I don't know how it comes off when we thank Jessica Braun, but it is pretty amazing when someone that has a legitimate big following calls you out and just says, not calls you out, but gives you a shout out, because we noticed it immediately. You know, we noticed the numbers immediately before anyone even told us it happened, and she didn't have to do that, you know? And it was just like, it's something very nice that she does, and it really sincerely helped us. And like, I watch this guy named Huskers, who's a Call of Duty streamer. And if you ever want to watch Call of Duty, it's HUSKERRS, and check him out on Twitch. He's fantastic. He's a really good guy, and he has a really positive community, and that's why I actually wound up watching him. So he needed a partner, and all these other pros that he knows, he couldn't partner with because their combined skill set is just too high. It's like a way to measure how good you are. So he had to go and find someone whose number wasn't as high, so he just basically found a nobody who kind of had a following but wasn't very big, named Joe, Average Joe. And now that guy has 14,000 subscribers in about 2 months. And it's because he just picked someone at random and was like, yeah, I'll give you a shot. And the dude was super awesome and super positive, and he's really good at the game. And that guy's life has completely changed. And sometimes that shit happens, and it's awesome to see. So fingers crossed we can keep on moving forward and we get more shout-outs. And I can't understate how much Jessica Braun helped us out. So, all right, I'm going to let this scroll. ! Vote. Then a space. Then the number that goes with the track that you want to race.
Chunkster says, Adam, just like my bae. Hey, Chris, can you do me a favor? Stands up and brings over said object. Yeah, anytime I ask Adam, like, hey, babe, can you take this to the sink, please? He's like, all right, yeah,
Every
whatever.
time I stand up, people are like, can you do me a favor? Sometimes her and my mom like have to wait for the other person to finish asking their favor to ask the other one. I'm just like,
let's see.
I shouldn't have stood up.
I'm Beef Trainer says, ugh, to history. I've noticed that the history books keep changing things. Like, how can you change what happened? You can't. And that's totally true. History.
A lot of times because they realize that the previous accounts were written by liars. And then they uncover evidence like, oh, it turns out the person who won the war lied about the cause. You know, it's like, that's why they say history is written by the winners, because a lot of times they don't give an accurate accounting of what happened.
Grim Weeper says, I tried so hard to get straight A's in all my 4 years of high school, so after I graduated, I was so burnt out. Yeah, that totally fucking happens. Ginseng Joe says, the reason history books change is because different perspectives can be introduced. And I think that's really important because all our the first history books are like from this person's point of view, but there are so many people out there that are like, yo, hell nah, that's not how it happened.
Think about what you learn, and this is just for people in the U.S. Think about what you learn in elementary school versus what you learn in high school about the same event versus what you learn on your own once you leave school, you know? It's like, I was taught horse shit, and that thought happens a lot in your adult life. And I think that's a really fun theme when you explore it of like, what did I read that was actually told to me as like the lullaby version of it? Because they wanted to leave out like all the horrific parts where I might not have thought this person was a good guy when I was 7 years old. It's like, well, maybe you should teach 7-year-olds the horrible things that happen so they don't glorify things like war or murder or like genocide because they think like, oh, it's not a big deal. So that's just me in another rant. I'll let that one go.
The scriptery, my sister says, she was so popular, I hated it. We went to the same school, so it's like she came into school after I had already left, and so she's just like having to deal with the teachers being like, oh, are you like so and so? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, are you like your sister? And so it's like, it's hard. Like your brother was leaving, and you're like trying to get through.
They all were like, oh, so you're really, really smart too. And I'm like, yup, but I have a social life, and I don't like asshole teachers. My brother was like, he would do whatever a teacher wanted and bend over backwards for them. He set up the fucking school network when they first got the internet because they didn't know what they were doing. And then like, they used to ask me if I could ask him questions. I'm like, no, dude, just fucking email him yourself. Learn to use email.
Let's see. Chunkster says, same Robin, didn't have a lot of friends in high school, was very shy and introverted, met my circle of friends in college. And that's really a lot of the time what happens. You just meet who you want to, you become this person you realize you want to be in college, I think. Or once you get out of that high school mindset. Some people don't grow out of high school, though.
It's unfortunate, but yeah. Some people had a good time in high school. I have great memories from high school. So it's like,
must be
I
nice.
have awful memories from high school as well, but you know, that happens.
I'm Western says, of course you're into weird stuff, Robin. You're with Adam, aren't you?
Hello.
I think I'm the weirder one, TBH, of the two of us. He's always
Maybe.
like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She just likes making me uncomfortable.
Yes,
it's
I do
not
make
that
him
she's
uncomfortable.
weirder than I am. I always try and make sure other people are comfortable, while Robin always tries to make sure I am uncomfortable.
Creasy says, salute, Adam and Robin. Salute.
What's up, bro?
But when you think about it, I make you uncomfortable because I'm comfortable enough to make you.
You're comfortable enough to make me uncomfortable.
It's because I
She likes trolling me.
I enjoy your company, and I don't think I should be somebody else. You know what I mean?
She's like, I enjoy your company so much, I want you to not enjoy my company.
I want you to know who I actually am, and I don't have to pretend to be somebody else.
I know. All right, I want. Okay, so the track that we look like we're going to do is
Hard
called
Landing.
Hard Landing. Average time, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Record time, minute 9. For us, average time, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Perlar holds the Scaryish record with 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Let's go ahead and get in there and get this thing going.
Let's see.
Exclamation point play to start out with a big funnel.
I Am Beef Trainer says, my dad was in the Vietnam War. Mine was too.
My dad was in the Marines during Vietnam, but he never wound up shipping to Vietnam.
It's, one time we had a new fucking intern, right?
I remember this story.
We had a new intern at work, and we were talking about stuff, and he asks me, he had the fucking balls to ask me what side of the war my dad was on. Are you fucking kidding me?
Your dad was shot during the war.
My dad was
fuck you, bro.
My dad was in the U.S. Army, and he had the balls to ask me what side my dad was on. I just wanted to be like, this is going straight to HR. Fuck you.
Right. I had friends that used to question my patriotism because I would say things that weren't exactly what they wanted to hear. And I'd be like, my dad was a fucking Marine. I was raised being taught the U.S. Code from the Constitution and why all the things people did were wrong. It's like, don't ever act like I'm not patriotic just because I didn't blindly agree with you on some bullshit issue you don't really care about. It's a main reason I don't talk to a lot of some people I knew from high school anymore, because it's like, they never grew out of that. They never developed any form of respect for other people. And obviously, based off the community that we have here, that is something that's very paramount in my life, so...
Glitch says, it was 72 in Texas this winter on Planet Bullshit. That fucking sucks, dude.
All right, we got 18 marbles. We're going. I don't know if Robin got in here.
Nope. I'm Listener says, Adam has some of the greatest rants. I agree. When he gets on a tangent, fuck. When when something really annoys him, you'll know it really annoys. It grinds his gears.
I don't know. I think it's funny when I rant, so I kind of just take my filter off and I try and... Not my complete filter. I don't want to be super mean.
I'm Western Dinner says,
funny.
Upside down cross is not sacrilege. It's the cross of St. Peter who is crucified upside down.
Again, it depends on whether or not Christ is on the cross. If it's Christ is on the cross, which in many religions Christ is on the crucifix itself, hanging it upside down is not the sign of St. Peter.
But if he is actually on that cross, then
exactly.
Okay.
If Christ is on that cross, which is the third time I've brought this up.
Ginseng Joe says, I was listening to one of their old episodes today, and Adam kept interrupting the email Robin was reading so he could rant about sex vacants.
Fucking hate that guy. Oh my god, funnels are so boring. Ginseng Joe is the first person out of the funnel.
Oh, ASB Bunny says it's a matter of if it's Jesus on the cross or not.
Exactly.
So it's pretty cool.
The image of an upside down cross, the blacked out image of an upside down cross is specifically the St. Peter cross.
I was Princess Buttface Kate says, you guys are so considerate and sweet. You guys are so considerate and sweet, and we're so thankful that our community is so nice and so supportive. I'm so glad that we can have the Good Ghosties channel in our Discord.
That is really awesome.
And the mental health check channel. Like sometimes somebody needs just somebody to listen to them, you know. And
there's a lot of times too where I feel a lot of pressure to make sure I'm always checking that channel.
But you guys like are on it, you know.
People take care of each other in that channel, and it's really nice to see.
Creasy
Creasy says, you have a filter? Creasy knows me in real life.
Oh, really?
So that's David.
Oh.
So he is not your David, my David.
He says sometimes Adam will clap back and no one clapped first.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
Your David, our David, I suppose, was just eliminated while Glitch Grim tries to take the lead from Geeky Gorgeous and succeeds. The Perlar Ghost Ball is neck and neck with Glitch Grim and Ginseng Joe for the victory. I believe Perlar is going to keep the record, but Glitch takes the victory with Ginseng Joe coming in second place.
I'm What's for Dinner says, Robin wears black to try and be a ninja. Racist, but true.
She's too clumsy to be a ninja.
Fuck you. Adam gives me new hands for Christmas every year. You know what happened this year? I dropped something immediately.
I had to calibrate them.
Ginseng, no. Chunkster says black is slimming, plus it makes my butt look cute. I 100% believe that. Not that I'm checking out your butt.
Just saying, black leggings, black pants, those are nice things.
Scroll. Ginseng Joe says research like Adam. Chunkster says heels are my worst nightmare. I twisted my ankles on those. Also, my feet are flat. Man, most of my shoes have heels on them, but my family, almost every single person in my family has calves, like thick fucking calves. And it's not like any of us are overweight. Some of us are. I am. My sister is. But our calves are just huge, so we can't wear normal boots, you know, that the people wear like up to their knees.
Okay.
Just because our calves are so big, and everyone's like that in my family. And I think heels help make them look slimmer. So I think that's why I wear so many heels, because I'm very self-conscious of my giant fucking calves.
You have very nice legs. You think your calves are giant. They're normal calves.
Oh, thanks.
Ginseng Joe, Glitch has passed his win on to use to type in !merch, and it'll bring up the store page. Go to Robin's Quiet Corner and pick a sticker. Let us know by emailing storytime@scaryish.com which one you want and where we can send it. All right, I picked random track on accident. I'm going to back out of that. Don't join this track because I'm going to back out of it anyways. No big deal.
Ginseng Joe says, same guys, I owe so much of my inspiration to you guys for helping me make this huge decision this summer. I didn't enroll in my second year of university, giving up tons of scholarship money just so I can devote all my free time to pursuing a career in content creation. I hope it goes really well.
Me too.
Everybody who is trying to, achieve their dreams and stuff like that, I hope that it works out, because we all try so hard and we all work so hard. And I think that hard work deserves a
payoff.
Yeah. Eminon says, I used to be bullied by this douchebag who used to call me a big gay rich kid because my last name's Richardson. He said it while he was standing in a group of his friends while his locker was open, and he had his hand just inside the top of his locker. So when I kicked the bottom of it, oh my God, pinned his hand in the top. And then I spun his combination lock that was built into the locker. Oh my God. That sounds so painful.
I've seen that happen to someone. It was an accident, but like you just have to like bend back the top of the locker to get their hand out. It happened to one of my friends. He had to go to the nurse's office, and then after that his lock was like forever broke. Because he was always terrified that if it happened again, he would lose his fingers.
Yeah.
So every year he got a new locker, he would just fucking break it. So he could just pop it anytime he needed to without putting in the combination.
I've had my hand smashed. You know how vans have the sliding door? I was getting into one and had my hand like held to the side of the thing when they slid the door closed, so my hand was stuck in the sliding door. But my fingers didn't get like too crushed or anything. I was really surprised. It didn't hurt too bad. I don't know. It was really, really weird. I was like, please open the door. Please open the door. Please open the door.
It's like there's pressure, but there's like safety mechanisms in a lot of vehicles.
Oh, there is?
That prevent it from closing all the way.
Oh,
like
good.
When you roll up the window on your hand or on your fingers, the gear, like there's only a certain number of PSI that it'll push it. So it won't push it real good. So you shouldn't lose your fingers. But if it's like the tip of your finger, That is more than enough to like clamp your finger into like the top part of your window, which is super painful. That has also happened to me. All right, we have a tie right now.
Kayla Ray Reed says Columbus was a fraud.
We have a tie right now. So the next person who votes for one of these tracks and pushes the tie over, that will be the track we race. Although Glitchgrim, having won the previous race, has not voted. That's why Glitchgrim's... Okay, love is in the air. It is. I don't need to say anything else. Average time to complete 2 minutes and 35 seconds. World record 1 minute and 51. Our local stats take 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and M. Meadows holds the record at 2 minutes and 11. Let's go ahead and get in there.
I'm Beef Trainer says, I forgot, since I passed out last week, I need to send you guys an email. Totally send us that email so that we can get your prize out to you.
Exclamation point play if you would like to join the race. We had 18 last time without Robin. So let's try and get 19 this time with Robin. Oh, man. It's been a weird show. A lot of rants for me this show. Jesus.
I'm Beef Trainer says...
Weird energy.
Learning about the Holocaust and Hitler. My grandmother was a captive to the Nazis, held in concentration camps, but we need to learn that from that to avoid it happening again. I totally agree.
I 100% agree.
I've done projects on Japanese internment camps during World War II in the U.S. We had Japanese internment camps, and one of my friend's neighbors growing up, his family was in those. I think he was in those.
You want to know how normalized internment camps were in the United States? Watch Die Hard. If you've never watched Die Hard, at the beginning, when Alan Rickman is naming off everything about Takagi, all of his accomplishments, where he was born, where he went to school, he mentions where he was interned and how long he was there. And no one notices it.
I thought...
It's in the fucking movie, and he just mentions, like, during World War II. He doesn't say during World War II. It's like, during World War II, this is where he was in concentration camp and for how long. No one ever listens to it.
He uses the term interned.
Yeah.
Every time I've heard interned, I thought it was like he had a job there.
It was 42 to 44.
Holy sweet Jesus.
I'm just like that. No one ever pays attention.
You just blew my mind just
No one
now.
ever pays attention to that part, man. But yeah, that's how
You
normalized
just blew my
that was.
mind.
And now
Holy
everyone's forgotten
crap.
about it.
Oh my God, you blew my mind. Oh, my mind is blown just now. Thank you for that. That's wow.
Tiny Dancer Nation is in first place. That's a wonderful picture.
Oh my God. I'm What's Fernandez says, my sister accidentally slammed her fingers in the car door and it locked. The keys were inside, so she was out there screaming for someone to unlock the door.
That sounds awful.
That sucks.
And if it was my brother, I picture my brother when we were kids. If that happened, I would have laughed my ass off so hard. Killsma and Emanon are racing neck and neck right now for first place. This is a very pretty track.
Glitch says, shit,
pink.
I forgot to order my Krampus. The form is still up there if you want to order it. I think it's still open. I don't think I put an end date to it, but I might have. I'm not sure.
You said, I believe it was going to be January 1st, 2021.
Was it? Okay.
I'm not sure if you actually put that in or if you just intended to manually take it
I can
down.
make a new post on Patreon and just repost the form or make a new form. I don't know.
We'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right. Chunkster is now in the lead, coming into this weird heart and flew right through that shit. And you can see M. Meadows record-setting pace. I don't think Chumpster hit that jump quite right and is going to hell now. Emanon managed to make the jump. Hoppy J did not. And Kayla Ray Reeds did as well.
Kayla Ray Reed says, thanks, Adam. I took that picture of Tiny Dancer Nation.
Good picture.
Creasy says, facts, Coco Chanel was a Nazi sympathizer.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. There's so much
There's
about
a lot of Nazi
that
sympathizers out there that a lot of people forget about. Just saying. Killsma has fallen off. They were leading the race at one point. Actually, Faison and Glitch have also fallen.
Creasy says, maybe it's just me, but in the late 70s, people were getting their hands closed indoors at an alarming rate. I believe it.
I will say I wasn't around in the 70s, so I'll take your word for that.
But, there's a lot of new tech that was coming out. Cars were different. Cars were starting to become different, right? In the 70s.
I mean, yeah, they've always been evolving. They were really focused in the later 70s on gas conservation because
Congrats, Emanon, for getting first place.
Congrats. Let us know what sticker and where to send it. We'll let the rest of folks trickle in here for some points on the season.
Oh my God, I drank a lot of wine. It's only half a bottle. It's not that bad.
I only had one beer. Still really ranty. It's the end of the year. I don't know.
Creasy says they're born in 69.
Yeah, he's old.
Nice.
He's a fucking old man. He's been alive for 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, 20s. 7 decades. You've spent 7 decades, my dude. Nice. He's also one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever met in my life. No joke. He is.
Creasy says, I too was a victim. I don't know. Man, I feel like these days... one time, though, I got my hand stuck in the door when I was working at GameStop. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I had to lock my store, and it was like 2 glass doors, right? And I had my finger stuck in the middle of that glass door, and it just crushed that finger. That fingernail fell off.
That hurts.
Yeah, it was awful.
All right, so Emanon, congratulations on your win. Quick recap of points. Emanon is now up to 8 points. ASB Bunny goes up to 10. Ginseng Joe is up to 8. Geeky Gorgeous is up to 10. Kayla Ray Reeds is up to 8. Somehow Robin's at 11, and I'm at 11. And Glitch Grim is at 11. So we're all tied. Scriptry is at 10. I'm What's for Dinner is at 10. And I think that's just about everyone that's bumped into double digits. So the season goes until, I believe, the end of January. So we got plenty of time on that. But yeah, let's move over into our regular screen while I get this thing
the Cursed Wolf says, I wanted to beat my record and end up being the last one.
Hey, you didn't fall off the track, which is admirable. So, all right.
I'm Beef Trainer says, hashtag died both races again. That's so sad.
There's always next week. All right. Speaking of there's always next week, if any of you out there listening right now have stories that you're like, I'm going to send that in, send it. Send it now. So, good stuff.
Are we playing games this Saturday?
Yeah, I think we will. Maybe.
What is this Saturday? New Year's Day? No.
It is the 2nd.
It's the 2nd. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can play on Saturday. I don't see why not.
Yeah, we should be playing games. The only thing that might have kept us from playing games is Robin want to go see snow.
Oh,
so I'm not sure if we're going to do that.
Shit.
It's up to you. It's a maybe right now.
No, we'll play this weekend because this weekend is not the 14th, right? That's next weekend.
It's 2 weekends from now.
Okay, so we'll play this weekend. We'll play games this weekend. So ASB Bunny asked if they'll see us on Saturday. You guys will see us on Saturday. We'll be playing games if you guys want to.
It'll probably be Among Us.
Yeah, it'll probably be Among Us.
I really fucking like that game.
It's really fun to play that with you guys. You guys are great.
It's cheap. Everyone can get it for free on your phone, on your tablet, whatever.
Thank you so much to Creasy70201 for subscribing for the first month. Oh my lord! Welcome to
Thank you for the money, bro.
Spooky Friends.
Appreciate it.
Spooky Fam? I don't know.
Spooky Friends.
Thank you.
Spooky Fam. Whatever you want to call it.
The Cursed Wolf says Among Us. Yep, we'll probably play Among Us. Creasy says will have to teach me how to play. It's really fun. We chat together on Discord. So if you want to join,
it'll be much harder to teach you to use Discord than to teach you to play Among Us. Among Us is super simple. Yeah, I mean he's old. He was born in '69.
That's rude. That's so fucked up.
You can use Discord if you can use PlayStation chat. I mean, it's way easier to use.
Emanon says, "What's for the Etsy store?" I think Glitch just posted a bunch of links earlier, and he posted the Etsy link on there too. So just scroll up a little bit. There, he reposted it again. Thank you. But yeah, no, we actually chat while we play Animal Crossing.
We voice chat so we can call each other
while
out.
we play Among Us. So it's a lot. It's a lot funnier that way because we get to talk to all of you folks that we normally don't get to talk to. And it's funny because everyone sounds so different than you'd imagine, right? And so it's really cool to be able to chat with you guys, and it's really just chill and relaxing, and we just, it's gaslighting everyone, and it's fun.
It's a fun time.
And
Ginseng Joe, Scaryish stickers on the shop. So if you go to Robin's Kawaii Corner and you go in there and you go to the sticker section, you check out the Scaryish ones, you can pick any of those stickers, right?
Yeah, or a coaster. I'll be generous.
There you go.
There's coasters.
Coasters too. So, all right, I'm going to mark this, and we're going to go ahead and give us an outro so we can all get on with our lives, and I can stop going on rants. Boop. All right, so thank you so much to everyone who sent in your story this week. We sincerely appreciate you sharing those. A lot of those are deeply personal things, and I think this week we had a lot of people emailing us stuff about when they were hurting and how they felt, and that is something that you're very brave to share, and we sincerely appreciate it. So if you have a story that's like that, or it could just be supernatural, spiritual, paranormal, any of those things that we normally read, or maybe something outside the box you want to toss our way, feel free to do so. You can email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It does come directly to us, or hit us up on any of our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/scaryish-podcast. Twitter is @scaryish-pod, and Instagram is @scaryish-podcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/scaryish-podcast. Those are monthly donations. There's a bunch of different tiers. Tiers do start at $1, and at $1 you get ad-free episodes, which is great. Also access to exclusive Patreon merch, which is super awesome, like the keychains that have been going out to Badge of Honor patrons and above. The ones that you may have missed out on, you can purchase now, which is great. And then you can also go to Coffee if you don't like the whole monthly subscription concept. You can do one-time donations, ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are one-time donations. We really couldn't be here today without the assistance and the support and the donations of everybody who is a part of this amazing group of spooky friends. And it's another successful year, I think. Oh no, it's 2020 when this episode actually comes. 2021 when this episode comes out.
This is the first day of 2021.
First day of the new year.
Happy New Year,
so
folks.
Happy New Year, everybody. And so thankful for another year in the books and for another year ahead.
May 2021 be better than 2020 in many, many ways.
Dirty Money 2020.
Dirty Money 2021. Fuck yeah. Chase that paper, son. All right. I think that's just about everything we have. Robin, go ahead and sign us out and do your trademark joke.
Keep on creeping on. And we'll talk to you guys next year. Wait, this year? No, it's Friday.
Tricked
Doesn't
you.
matter.
Take
Hello.
that. That got weird. Bye.